Howdy, howdy.
Good morning.
Only to you crazy upside down people. It's good morning in the future.
That's good evening.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we made it back. Are you guys? Well, I know you're not frying to death, but I know Michael is, and so am I. It's hot.
Hot and humid, yes.
No, freezing here. Opposite. Totally opposite. And I'm not liking it. I'll trade you any day. Trade you any day.
We would trade too.
Happily. Happily. Yes.
It is warm right now. Holy smokes. Did you guys do anything fun this week?
Not here.
No, the weekend was pretty quiet for us. Yeah, it was miserable. I did go out with my daughter, went out for breakfast, and that was nice. And yeah, just had a relaxing weekend, so it was good. Just chilled. It's too wet and cold to do anything. So,
That's awesome.
how about you?
Well-
What did you get up to?
Right now I'm smoking stuff. I cleaned the garage a little bit. I'm trying to make room make a little mini gym in the garage, and there's a bunch of crap in there. We got sunburn. Look at this head. Look at that strawberry. Yeah, that thing's gonna be.
Rub some tallow into there.
Looks like a beefsteak. Baked tomato, baby.
It is that. It is rare right now. That is the temperature I would go for sure. Did that. I've been doing sprints on a stationary bike, so I've been doing that, and I've been doing rebounding. I followed your lead, Lindy, and doing some rebounding on a little rebounder that I got.
Excellent. How's it going? You enjoying it?
It is. It's just like every new exercise that I do it and I go, good Lord, am I out of shape? That's what I think every time that I do.
Body's not used to it yet, man. It takes time.
No, for sure. I did. So I did like 100 these little bunny hops on my calves, and I did 100 in a row, and then I was out of breath and tearing up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, when I got mine, my husband, he jumped on it and he's like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. Not a problem. Within like half a minute, he's like, geez, my calves are burning. Like, it's not as easy as it looks.
Everything's
You do
easy when you
feel
first
it.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know. I thought, okay, I'm just going to go, knock out like 1,000 of these, and I got to 100 and had to take a break.
Good to get to 100.
Oh man, I was rough. I was like, okay, apparently I'm gonna have to build up to this. But
Yeah.
But that's also really good, right? Because anything that can make your calves hurt that much and push that much fluid and just 100 little bunny hops on there is like, well, this is clearly working. It's doing what I hoped for.
And you don't need to be mad and do like the big, I can jump moves. And it's just that gentle healing bounce.
Mhm.
It's all you need. And it's doing something. So you can't go wrong with it.
For sure. Howdy from Mustang, Oklahoma. That's awesome. I used to live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out because I don't know what I don't know what exercise to do. I'm gonna have to find out what you're supposed to do on that thing. Right now, I'm just doing these little calf hops just to try to get a calf pump out of it, and that's all I'm doing right now. But right now, that's enough to wear me out. To be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's all I really use it for is just to get that lymphatic system stimulated in the morning, get it pumping and just a workout. But like Annalisa from Meet and Marriage, she does it to music and she does all these different exercises and twists and turns, but she's a lot more agile than I am and her balance is pretty good. But she does in the Meat Sisters group, does some really cool little workouts in that. But there's lots of videos you can follow online. So just a matter of finding what your fitness level is up to and finding someone that, can cater for you, like a beginner class, or you could do more advanced and do the crazy jumps and things. But yeah,
Well,
it's
I'm gonna
fun.
have to, once I start getting in a little bit of shape. It is wearing some weight off me. It is pulling some fluid off me, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's
Yeah.
definitely going. And I have been really happy with just the extra strength, stamina. Things are getting easier. Able to go a lot longer and further. So that's definitely working. So it's good. I'm just looking for little things to add to the repertoire and keep piling them in.
It all adds up, man. That's all you
Yeah, and you're working different muscles with every exercise you do. You're discovering all these new muscles that you never knew existed.
For sure. That's a fact. Is like, oh, it's fact for the first, I only worked on the rebounder for 15 minutes, and after about 8 minutes, the entire time I was thinking, I think I'm going to cause myself a massive calf cramps if I keep doing this. That's all I kept feeling was looked like I was about to induce calf cramp.
Yeah.
but just went slower and tried to stretch it out more, and it finally seemed to work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
excited.
don't push it, because if you injure yourself, you're out of action for a week or two. So if
Right.
you feel it's getting a bit too much, slow it down and then take it up again the next day. But you don't want to hurt yourself.
For sure. But I do love that, when I wake up in the morning, my body wants that. I can tell. Like it feels awake, wants
Yeah.
iodine first thing and wants my amino acids, and it wants a little bit of movement in the morning and a little bit of stretching. I'm like, all right, well, that's good. At least I'm creating good habits,
Yeah. Well, that routine is so important, isn't it? I was out
Yeah.
of routine for such a long time with my daughter and all that being unwell. And so I was getting up really early, not jumping on my rebounder, not doing anything, not sleeping very well. And I just found I put on so much fluid. I was feeling crappy because I was just out of routine. But now I'm sort of getting back into routine again now, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm wanting to do things again, wanting to do a bit more movement and stuff. But you underestimate the importance of rest and taking care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And now that, I was kind of out of routine. Well, I don't know. It's kind of funny, right? Because I'm out of routine but I'm into another routine now, but that's good because things are changing. And so my
Yeah.
routine's changing. So that's good.
Yeah.
You have to change the routines up all the time.
Yeah, it's expanding. So that's good. But I definitely, between the Texas trip and then coming back to fireworks and stuff, I feel like I'm finally getting on a new routine, but I had to adjust it. The Texas trip was good because it got me moving a lot more, which showed me what I can do. So now, that mental block's not there as much. So now things have opened up, So that's really good.
Speaking of fireworks, Mary liked them.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad I couldn't even tell if anybody was seeing that video, to be honest with you. There was so much going on and it was so crazy, but yeah, I'm glad you guys got to see it. It was I wish you guys could come and see it live someday because it's so the video does no justice to fireworks. You just can't really capture
certain things you need to be in person.
Yeah, because you can't feel it. You can't feel the percussion and just the earth shaking explosions. That's the best part of it, There's that one part in there about, I don't know, 4.5 minutes into it where you just see a million, well, it's 25 actually, 25 go up really quick and super bright flashes. That was earth shaking, like deafening salutes. And I mean, it was the best part of the whole thing. I love that when it just hits you in the chest and shakes all the windows. This goes crazy. Oh, I love that part so much.
Yeah. So it's on my bucket list. One day I'll get there. Yeah, the family will want to come down and do the fireworks with you. So it's on our list.
Sure.
Mm.
We're going to swing by. We're going to swing by, get Michael. Everybody's coming over. Everybody gets a torch and a fuse.
Run around, right?
For sure.
And some smoked meat. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, right now, I got to tell you, I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. And the smoker's smoking. I got a rack of beef ribs on the smoker, and I got 2 big chuck roasts on there.
You think you got them on, or that Basset Hound's out there getting
that guy. I've been spending more time outside cleaning the garage, and he came in because he's not used to me being out there. And he came in and he tried to run. It's the funniest thing when he tries to get in a hurry. It's like
little legs.
Yeah, little legs. It's like he's in slow motion trying to move. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
And they trip on their ears. We used to have a little Basset, and as a puppy, his ears were longer. They'd be dragging on the ground, and he'd step on the ear and like, oh. That's so cute.
For sure. Yeah, it'd be awesome, yeah. You can check out the fireworks. But yeah, some crazy stuff this week though. Man, believe that Trump stuff? People trying to shoot him? That was crazy.
The world's a crazy place, man.
It is. It just goes to show you how the food is screwing up people's brains, I swear, between the media and all this deep state stuff, always trying to, get everybody divided and get them all upset and messing with their mental health and their food. It's crazy.
The world would be a lot better if we were all on the same page and all together and helping each other the way it's supposed to be.
For sure. Is Lindy or is Michael chopped up to you too, Lindy, when he's talking?
You both are for me.
Really? How about now? Still?
Huh. Guys, no problems here.
Yeah, your voice is going up and down when you're talking to me, Michael.
I think there's a bit of feedback on your side, but I haven't noticed Michael.
Is it my side?
I think it's on your side, Todd.
Yeah.
Let me kick you out.
I'm gonna pause it though.
He's been itching to do that.
You probably have. I'm gonna pause it and talk a little bit, Michael.
All right. How's that now? How do I sound?
No, you're cutting. Your voice is going up and down.
Now, how did you hear me, Lindy?
Yeah, seems okay. Yeah.
Okay, must be my headphones or something. Do I sound bad, or am I giving me feedback?
You're not bad, but there's just a little bit of a
You guys bit. So you guys both sound. Wonder if we just got a weird connection here with the server.
I think you got a weird connection because your voice is going up and down. Lindy's isn't, so it's not my head.
I think it's you. It's your connection. None of us are having an issue.
All right, I'm hopping out. I'll be right back.
All right, you.
No, Jim. Someone else says Michael's going in and out for them as well.
On?
So.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let me pop out and I'll pop right back in.
Okay. Well, y'all can't hop out or this stream goes away.
I need a new 700 plus crew to man the station.
Something. Come back, Michael.
Yeah, okay. Well, obviously, it's okay here, maybe because I'm down under, but Sandra, you are too, so I don't know.
All right, try it again, Michael. Nah, don't give me crap. I know when you're talking.
How do I sound now?
Better.
Better? Maybe we got a weird connection with the server.
No, it just happened.
Still.
Yeah. That happened then for me. So.
All right, let me check something. I'm trying something different than I'm using Google Chrome.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if that's causing issues.
Yeah, you're like cutting in and cutting out like crazy.
All right, let me see here.
All right, well, Michael's doing that. He says she hears us all very well. Michael's going in and out for me too. Michael's voice is going up and down. Yep. And this is like the Texas live stream all over again.
I know, right?
Damn audio, man. I don't know, Todd. Whenever you're involved.
That's a curse, isn't it?
I know.
It's usually me with the audio issues, but I'm on my laptop, so it seems to work okay. He's going to come back, I'm sure.
He's going to go reboot. But yeah, and that was crazy. The news this week is quite shocking, but that's what happens when the media's got to get everybody riled up, and,
yeah.
push all this stupid division and hate. It's crazy.
All right, how about now?
Nope.
No.
Talk a little bit longer.
How about now? How do I sound? Am I breaking?
Nope.
Am I going?
Yeah, still breaking.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely. It's very strange. Yeah, strongly fades.
Well, I don't personally watch the news too much because it upsets me. So I just don't want to get involved or just which is probably, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. People say to me, I need to be more in tune with what's going on in life, but it depresses me. I don't want to see it. I'm happy living in my little happy bubble, concentrate on my health. Like things have to just keep moving. And if I get bogged down with what's going on in the world, I just get upset and then I give up and I can't let it affect me. So, yeah.
I don't
So,
watch much anymore at all either because it's it'll drag you down. I mean, that stuff is just rage a rage machine that just feeds you crap. But I do think it
yeah.
is. I think you have to know what enemy's fighting us. Like I think you have to pay attention enough that you know how we're being attacked. Basically, you know the games they're playing against us.
Mm.
How about now, Michael?
How about now? How do you guys hear me now?
Sound good now?
Yeah, I turned my air conditioner off.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I was pulling the power.
And
or
I
something.
switched back to my Firefox that I normally use. So
Huh? That's really weird. Yeah, you sound perfect.
So I'll be over here sweating for the next 2 hours. And
It's like a sauna. I think I saw a video about, being in a sauna or something and how it's good for you and the sweating and all that.
Not good for me. No. I look like a wet rat.
Oh, the fluid is better out than in. So
you're absolutely right. But
gotta look at the positives. Yeah.
No, I know. I've been doing that too. That's why my face is all crispy fried and dark. But it's worth it to get the fluid off.
It is. No, I know it's good. Yeah.
But I agree. It's a fine line. When I was coming home bringing in the groceries, I'm like, it's about five more degrees from a heat stroke. It was hot today. Man, is it warm.
You can always jump in a cold shower afterwards, like a cold plunge in a way. That'll fix you up.
Yeah,
Something
I do have
to
to
look
get
forward
one.
to.
Those are my two things on my next list is a cold plunge and a sauna.
Ooh,
I'm trying to figure out the sauna. You guys, all you sauna aficionados in here, everybody's like dry sauna, wet sauna, infrared sauna. Like I don't know which one to get. I'm confused. Everybody's very passionate about those things. I don't know which one to get.
I'd love to get a sauna, but I've watched too many horror movies where people actually bar the door and then you can't get out, and then people end up
turn into beef jerky, or dehydrated raisin.
So I'm too scared to get one, but I would love to get one myself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Somebody said so. I think Huberman said that the infrared saunas don't get hot enough. So, and then he says that the actual best way the studies say that the best way to do a sauna for the maximum effectiveness is to do one really extreme sauna once a week. And that's it. Like, I think it's like 230, 240 degrees for an hour. Like for 30 minutes, take a 10-minute breather break to catch your breath. Do it for 30 more minutes.
230 degrees?
Yeah, 230 to 240. Yeah.
And you're complaining about the heat now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And then wait until that night and repeat it that night, like another hour total with a 10-minute break. But then just do that once a week. And he said that the studies show that that's like the best sauna you can have, because your body puts out a ton of different growth hormones and autophagy and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, like stressor hormones, stem cells, and it heals the body and it gets rid of this. You put it in this real extreme position. I feel like my brain would boil, my eyes would pop out of my head. I would
feel like I'd explode. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one way. But then the other people are like, no, you don't have to do these wet saunas that get so hot on the surface. You want dry saunas because you don't actually have to get it's more about like thermal heat instead of the surface heat. So you don't have to overcook the surface. You just have to get radiant heat into the body to bring up the core temperature. So then there's that argument. And I'm like, I clearly don't know because there's too many of these things. I like the idea of an infrared sauna because I like the idea of getting the two different UV spectrums,
You know how to do it is you go to a place that has each one and you try it and you see which one, because everybody's different. Everything's going to work differently for everybody.
Yeah, I've been thinking about actually joining a gym and using different saunas,
Yep.
And see what happens.
And see how your body reacts to it, because you're not going to know.
Because after sweating so much this summer and in Texas and being out in the sun and watching the fluid come off and the weight come off, I'm like, all right, this is something I'm missing for sure. I gotta cook a little bit more. So I'm trying to embrace the heat, which I have definitely avoided my entire life. I do not like heat.
I kind of agree with Cranky here. Water does boil at 212. So 230 when we're what, 70%
I
fluid
don't
in our
know.
body?
Let me look. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. Hold on. Let's look at it.
Seems hot. Seems
Seems
like
real
you're cooking meat in there.
for sure.
You definitely look like a lobster after that.
Feel like one too.
Joe Rogan has a lot of info on saunas and cold plunge hardware. There you go.
I'll have
Maybe
to look
something
at it.
to look into. Yeah.
Hi,
But back in the
Susie.
day, they didn't have saunas and cold plunges when they were out chasing,
No.
hunting, So why? I don't know. Is it just another gimmick, or is there really? What do you trust?
This one here says 155 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I swear Huberman said 130 or 230 degrees, though. Which I get is hotter than crap.
Oh yeah. I don't even think hell's that hot.
I don't know. I'm just looking it up, but I swear he said that. So I have to go back to that. And I don't know if he meant that the sauna needs to put that out to create an ambient temperature or something. Plus, I know there's going to be, I know that there's going to be, like a heat transfer, heat conductivity, insulator, right? Just in the air. So it's not going to transfer. So I don't know. That's why I have so much to learn about it. I have no clue, but I really want to give it a shot. So I like your idea of testing the waters before it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Yep. Try it and see how your body reacts to them, man.
The video is fuzzy?
I'm not here. I'm watching all three streams, and it's fine on my end. Anybody else having a problem with video?
I'm looking right now and I don't see any problems.
Yeah, no.
Is it someone in particular whose video is fuzzy, or all three of us?
Eli, just go way back in history. I am an order person. Maybe that's why. Maybe I've been missing the sauna heat lodges.
Yeah. They use the cold water, though.
Howdy, howdy. Video's clear here. No problems. All
Hi,
right.
Susan.
Frank says no problems. All right. Well, let me know in the chat if you guys use saunas, which ones you use and what temperature you use it at. If it's a dry sauna, wet sauna, or infrared sauna. Also, let me know if you use any of the infrared lights. I've been thinking about getting some of those infrared panels.
Infrared does wonders.
All right.
When I was going for physical therapy on my legs before, they would use infrared.
Nice.
And you'd be surprised how much that helped. It gets the blood flowing.
Okay.
Also helps for pain, too.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a few influencers that use little masks that they put over their face with red light therapy in them.
Yeah.
But
there's that dude that has like I don't know, he's got like a $2 million a year regimen of vitamins and food and stem cells and cold plunge and saunas and red light therapy. And he wears something that I don't know, it like shoves red lights up his nose, in his ears, in his eyes, and it's the craziest thing. But he's trying to like age backwards. It's kind of interesting. But he spends like
hardcore.
Yeah, he is, and he is looking younger for sure. But it's crazy with all the stuff that he's doing. So, and he does something with like frequency too. Because there is some interesting stuff about frequency and things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I always found it interesting in the Bible when they talked about the flood perforating the firmament, above the earth. What they say, these are, whatever. What it teach their own, but they say that when the firmament was up there, it was made out of pure gold, and it would resonate sound from frequencies from light, and it would create certain frequencies that would hum on the earth, and it would also when you look up, that was through a pure gold lens, and you'd see light in its true color. So instead of the stars just being white, they would be, all spectrum of the rainbow, And so I always wonder if some of that, what some of that could have been like back then that we screwed up, Yeah, that's right. He does. He uses his son's blood. I think he takes kind of plasma infusions from his son's 17-year-old or 18-year-old son.
And that's what's making him younger right there. That's been proven.
Does it?
Yeah, that's been proven that does it, and that's what all these rich people do.
That's crazy.
It sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
How can you do that to your kids? It's like
you got to be a little bit of psycho,
I'd donate blood to my kids if they needed it for medical emergency or something.
Then they get old.
No, but like if they needed it, if they had an accident or something, but taking my kids' blood to make myself look younger. I mean,
I know. That's what
no.
You got to wonder if they have a finite amount of it that they'll produce. I'm sure that they're supposed to produce more, but it's kind of funny. You got to wonder if you're short changing them,
Right.
Yeah.
Your body only produces so much, and there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Wow.
For sure. Yeah.
How did we get onto this topic?
Todd drags us down this path.
I brought up the fact that guy was sticking red lights up his nose and in his ears.
That's where I draw the line. When you start sticking lights up your nose and stuff.
That's not where I draw the line. The line is when I start sticking things a little further south. Then I draw the line there.
We've had worse discussions about eating people and stuff back when that movie came out, when they had that plane crash or something, and then they started eating each other.
That's survival there. That's
Yeah, we come up with all sorts.
I don't have a problem with somebody can live off of me. If we crashed it, if the three of us were ever on a plane and I was going to slow you guys down and you guys had to eat somebody, you can eat me. You guys can live a while.
I'm sorry, I'd just go vegan. I'd eat plants over you.
I was going to say, Michael, I would actually eat the seats before. Nothing first.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
You are not part of the PhD, sir. You are not.
I don't eat family.
Thank God we wouldn't have to worry about it for a while. We'd be the last ones.
Well, you just take 3 separate flights and we'll be fine.
Right. Let's see here. We got a question. Hi guys, can you go over how you all did priming if you did? Who wants to go first?
We all did. Yeah. Lindy?
Well, my journey is a little bit different because I had lap band surgery 20 years ago, so 27 years ago. So I can't do priming like everybody else. I have to eat a lot of small meals throughout the day. So just a few bites here and there, every half hour, just to get that food up. So whereas you guys will probably have 3 meals a day plus snacks, and they're large meals. So it is different for me. So it's probably best that you guys talk about it because, my experience is different.
For sure. What'd you do, Michael? You want me to go first?
No, I don't care. I'll tell you what, priming was not easy. It was hard. And I know that I needed it because I was not eating enough. I would be full on 2 eggs and 3 pieces of sausage, and I'd be stuffed. And I'd be struggling to get the last couple bites of egg down. So I know I needed to do something. My metabolism was shutting down. So back in, November of last year, I started. And I did it for like 3 or 4 weeks. And it took probably a good week and a half, 2 weeks to start getting my appetite up. It's not easy. You just have to keep eating. And I'll tell you what, I wasn't hungry. I didn't want to eat. That was the biggest problem, I think, for me during that. I didn't have no appetite, and you just had to force it in. And eventually you will start growing an appetite again. I mostly did chuck roast. I would slow cook them in the Instant Pot. And you can see each day every couple of days, you can start seeing that you're able to get more into you. And I know Todd really went nuts on his priming, and he did it for a long time.
I had to, because I was doing OMAD I did OMAD for the first 9 months of Carnivore, but after 7 months, my metabolism came crashing down pretty hard, and so it was not going well. And I knew, all the results were stopping. I wasn't losing any more weight, which now I realize how stupid that was to react to that, anyways. But that is what I was reacting to, and I was already doing OMAD. I was already under eating. But then when the scale stopped moving, I even started under eating more because I started cutting back the food, which just tanked my metabolism. It would just went in the hole. And that started happening on month 7. I kind of white knuckled it till month 9, and that's when I joined the Steak and Butter Gang, started doing their priming protocol. And long story short, I agree that the second hardest thing I did was start Carnivore. As far as getting off carbs and sugar and stuff, the harder thing was actually priming. The first 6 weeks of priming was miserable because it's actually easier to not eat and then deal with hunger than it is to deal with never being hungry and always being stuffed and like the point of being nauseous for 6 weeks almost sometimes, and so that's what that was like. But that absolutely it changed everything when I was doing that, because I went from only being able to eat like 1.25 pounds to 1.5 pounds of meat at most to being able to take down 7 pounds of meat in a day, and being ravenous for it, and then my metabolism picked up. And when I first realized that was because I just done 9 months of OMAD, where I was only eating 1.25 pounds of beef a day, and then I did like 5 or 6 weeks of priming the first time, and I tried to do an OMAD, and I was so hungry. I mean, I thought I was going to eat my pillow in the night. I was so hungry. I was dreaming about food. I woke up so hungry, it was ridiculous. I was like, oh, so this is what white knuckling is like. It was bad. And so I went back to priming right after that because I knew I wasn't ready. Did it for 2 more months. Thought I was ready. Went to go try to do the fasting calendar. Still didn't work. Was still white knuckling and went back. And that was when my appetite was through the roof. And I ate for that last, 2 months of priming. I ate pretty much 7 pounds of meat every day, like clockwork.
Plus all your eggs.
Yeah, plus my eggs. I mean, it wasn't always 7 pounds when I was doing my eggs, so it would be like 3 pounds and 36 eggs, or just 7 pounds of meat. But I mean, I was knocking it back. I was putting down 6, 7, 8,000 calories a day of pretty much eggs and beef in that realm. And all of a sudden, that was when everything started changing. My eyesight got better. My hair grew back. Just everything got really good. My lymphedema really started healing up and getting more fluid off me, and just everything started healing. And my metabolism started running. And then, then finally I could start fasting. And when I was fasting, the 21 pounds that I gained during that 6 months of priming, I gained 21 pounds, and it was pretty much gone in the first 5 days of fasting. It just all came off. It was all superficial. It wasn't even really there. So, but as far as how to prime, it's really complicated, and you really need a community to do it. I mean, the short story is you eat a lot with purpose, but the reality of it is it takes a lot of individual help, and there's a lot of things you need to know. And so really how you prime is by joining the Steak and Butter Gang to learn their priming protocol and do their calendars, because honestly, if I could tell you everything that I did, and that doesn't mean it'll work for you at all, because it's not for, it's more individual, and you kind of need to take it week by week. And this is a several month process, and you're going to need help. And I'm not, I don't get paid to tell anybody this. Yes, I'm a member of the Steak and Butter Gang, but I tout it because it is so beneficial. For $30 a month, I can't think of a better place to send people. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend joining the Steak and Butter Gang and doing their priming and fixing your metabolism and healing your body, and then worry about some weight, because it works very, very well. Let's see. Hey, speaking of the devil, Dr. Phil loves the priming too. Hey, Dr. Phil.
There he
Hi,
is.
Dr. Phil.
And what do we got here? When I started carnivore, I could only eat about 8 ounces of steak. And one day last week, I polished off a 26 ounce T-bone. There you go. For sure.
Well done.
That's awesome.
I wish I could sit down and eat a whole steak, but yeah, it's just such a struggle for me. So I'm always under eating, and then everything stalls, and I have to try and prime, and yeah, I'm all over the place. So don't ever have lap band surgery.
No.
It makes things very challenging.
For sure. I'm on day 8 on carnivore. This is my second try. And what would you say is the most important at the beginning? I have a lot to lose to be nearly normal weight. Go for fasting or eat until full. Absolutely eat until full. 110%.
You're at day 8. You're not ready for fasting yet.
Not even, I mean, you could be, I don't know how much weight you're trying to lose, but it could be day, 120 and you might not be ready for fasting.
No.
Like it doesn't matter. The biggest thing is to get over the cravings, nourish your body,
Yep.
get your hormones right, get a good amount of fat in so that your hormones start to become healthy. You get your satiation hormones back and your leptin sensitivity back, and that you just get free from
Carbs and
addiction.
sugars. Yep.
Yeah, you got to get free from food addiction.
So the most important thing at day 8 is keep going.
Yeah, keep going and eat. When you're hungry, eat carnivore food. When you're hungry, eat meat and fat. You can eat and fat.
Eggs.
Yep. That's the most important thing. Don't, the weight will take care of itself. The weight is actually just a symptom of metabolic disease and poor diet.
Don't let the scale play games with you at the start.
No,
Best thing to do is don't even weigh yourself.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nope.
The most important thing to do is just eat through the cravings. Cravings are the hardest thing to break at the start. My cravings were intense. And it's always easy. You sort of think of a steak and it's like, oh, it's so much easier to eat something else, which is not healthy. And then you've lost the plot, and then you have to start over again. And then you go into those, I'm going to fast now, and it's the revenge fasting. And it's just a spiral. It's not sustainable.
It's so like a yo-yo.
Yeah, just eat meat. Eat until those cravings are gone.
Absolutely.
You can, worry about fasting and all that later. But as Todd said, community is really important, and they can help you through it. So
really can, because it's counterintuitive. Yep.
Don't take our advice. We're not doctors, but here is the doctor, Dr. Phil.
He's not a carnivore doctor. He's a doctor who does carnivore. He'll tell you that himself. But he went to the program, and it's true. It's just let your body heal. Feed your body. It's so ridiculous. I mean, there's 3 of us up here started at over 700 pounds, and I know how it sounds, but the truth is we were 700 pounds and malnourished. That's the truth.
And we all started to lose weight, but now our focus is more on healing. Weight loss has been the cherry on top. It's just the healing that we've gained from being carnivore and eating this way has been overwhelming compared to the weight loss.
For sure. Absolutely. But yeah, that's definitely, I think, sorry, I was just looking up here. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Eat until comfortably stuffed, and then don't eat again until you're hungry. Worked great for me. Exactly. Yeah. But even, if you've had a terrible dieting past too, comfortably stuffed might be even not enough, like you might actually have to work at that. Like, it's kind of funny, like when you're doing priming, you have to get on a schedule. When you're first doing it, you have to wake up in the morning and with a purpose to go start your day eating, because you're going to run out of time in the day if you don't start eating early enough to get all the food down. And it sounds like lunacy to be force feeding yourself, but it's actually, you're putting in building blocks your body needs to heal. When your body starts to heal, it opens up your appetite and your metabolism raises and your hormones start to heal. It's really just filling, it's kind of an exercise to fill like a nutrient void and help heal faster. I think you would heal no matter what over a long haul, but I think that priming and really doing it with a purpose can really help you fast forward things and see things a little bit clearer. So it definitely seemed to help for us. Thank you. I'm going on the road again for 6 weeks, so I might have to wait until I return to do priming. I'm part of the steak and butter being already. Awesome.
Yeah, you need to be prepared. You can't just say, I'm going to start priming today. You need to have the food there and have a routine in place so that you can stick with it.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Very good. All right. Am I missing anybody? Yes, like definitely replace the scale with a Taylor's tape measure.
Yep.
Yes, that's craving demons for sure.
Oh, yeah, the craving monster.
Exactly. You know, it was so intense, and it seemed to. My biggest trigger was always anxiety and stress. You know, those were that was my cue to go eat myself into a stupor. Well, not even usually eat, but like drink energy drinks. That's what I always wanted. I wanted a Copenhagen and I wanted an energy drink. So that was my my medication or whatever. But you know, I finally had to make a deal with myself that I would eat bacon and eggs until I was stuffed, and then wait an hour, and then if I wanted whatever crazy thing I was wanting, sodas, pizzas, cheesecake, whatever crap that I was wanting, that my brain was telling me was going to make all this anxiety and stuff go away, I could have, but I had to eat bacon and eggs until I couldn't eat anymore, and then wait 1 hour, and then if it was still as bad as it was, then I could get whatever I wanted. And that was one of the real tipping points for me, because when I did that, I stayed true to that, and I almost got excited because it's like, man, all I got to do is eat this bacon and eggs, and then I can order a pizza, you know. And I was even tricking my own brain that I would get excited about getting the bacon and eggs down, so that I could get a pizza and some soda or whatever. And didn't take long, about 5 weeks of doing that. Actually, it only took like 3 weeks before I would get stressed and I would go, oh, I need bacon and eggs, and like that target changed. It wasn't pizza and soda anymore. It was bacon and eggs. And that was when I knew I was on the right path. But then a total of about 5.5 weeks of that, and all the cravings were gone. I stopped craving soda or any of that stuff. So definitely eat through it, and definitely make sure you hit that stuff first, you know. So let's see.
Hope you feel better, Missy.
Oh, no. Dear. Yeah, feel better soon, Missy.
Oh man, that's terrible. I bet. What is it? Do you eat when you have a flu, or is that a cold?
I always get the two mixed up. There's one for the flu and there's one for a fever. Starve a fever, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I think the fever is the flu, isn't it? So feed a fever, starve a
Wow.
flu. I don't know. Well, we're obviously not going to be much help for you, but we're praying that you get better. Don't listen to us. We don't know what we're doing, but definitely praying for you.
Yeah. Lots of bone broth, and egg cooladas go down okay when you can't eat something. You just want something light, but a bit something nutritious.
Feed a fever,
starve a fever, and starve a cold. Okay.
Thanks, Dr. Phil.
So lamb it is. I think you're supposed to have lamb, or well, Missy will be having lamb because that's her deal.
Starve a cold.
Question: what is the biggest aha that you've had in the past 6 months that you wish you knew when you started your journey for each of you? Who wants to go first?
I think the biggest thing is underestimating the importance of rest. I've been burning the candle at both ends for a couple of months, and I was going downhill again. And when you start to go downhill, your mind just goes back to those old ways of how you were feeling. You just want to turn to food for comfort and things like that. And I just found my mind was wandering, and I was losing my grip on my diet. So now that I'm back from Texas and things are getting better, I'm starting to get back into that routine, back to my sleeping habits and resting up. Just concentrating on myself. Like I can't be looking after everybody else all the time. I need to think about myself. So put myself first a little bit more, because if I don't have my health, I can't be here for everyone else.
That's right.
So that's been a big thing for me. I can't just drop my health and look after everyone else, because it's just, I can't go back to how I was. That's been a big thing for me, which I'm dealing with right now still. Yeah.
Sure.
So the look after number one. So
For sure.
I think that's what most people don't do, is they don't put themselves first.
yeah.
They put others, and that's a big problem.
Well, how about you, Michael?
Me, I'm going to say that no matter how bad you are, no matter where you're at and how low you think you are, is you can recover from it. And I think all three of us have been to that low point in our lives where we didn't think that we would get where we're at today. And was it really that hard? Sure, at the start it was tough to get going, but once we got going, this has been probably the easiest thing that I've done for trying to lose weight and trying to change my life, and in a way through all the starvation diets, through you know, all the other diets that I ever done, the South Beach, the protein shakes, the just eating chicken and all that. And I think I've seen the most results. I'm at day 354 today. Tuesday will be my 1-year anniversary. And I know 100% without a doubt that if I didn't start a year ago, I would not be here today. Because I was so close I felt the life leaving my body. That's how low I was. And where I am today, sure, I'm dealing with some aches and pains. I got some sores in my leg right now that I'm dealing with, some swelling that I'm dealing with, but I'm so much better today than I was a year ago. And so I think that no matter where you're at, no matter how bad you feel, how many aches and pains you have, you can change it just by making a simple change, by eating real food, by cutting out the sugars, the carbs, and all the other BS that you're eating, and going back to the real food and sticking to a plan that works. And it's really not that bad. Sure, it's going to be a little tough at the start. My first 5.5, 6 weeks were tough. I know. That's when I finally realized, for the first time in my life, that I had an addiction, and I was addicted to the sugar and the carbs, because I went through withdrawal. I was shaking, I was weak, I was dizzy, and I've never experienced that in my life. I've never been a drug addict, so I never know, I never been an alcoholic or nothing like that, so I never knew, but damn, was I an addicted to food and to the sugar and the carbs, and I went through withdrawal. And it was amazing. And once you get past that, it changes you, and you feel, and becoming free from that addiction to that thought that pops into your head, where all you think about is food all the time. And I never want to go back to that, because it sucks. And I know you guys, I know Lindy, I know Todd, you guys all been there, where that food thought pops into your head and you just can't break free from it. No matter how much you just ate, that food will pop back into your head. You want it again. And that's addiction. That's addiction. That's the addiction that people have when they're addicted to drugs, alcohol, anything. And you can get it with food. And that's what ruined my life. And getting rid of that was probably the biggest aha moment, and getting back to a healthier. I'm not where I want to be. I wish I was farther along in the year. I'm not where I want to be at the moment. I've been stalled. I've been dealing with some swelling and stuff, but I'm still so much better off than where I was a year ago. Oh, we lost Todd. I guess he didn't like it when I take over the show and go on a little rant. He just had enough.
But, no, I feel you. Yeah.
But breaking free from that is amazing and life-changing. So that's my aha moment. no matter how low you are, you can recover. And that's why all three of us are here to show people that you can recover from where you were and you thought that you were at your lowest and you couldn't. So
And that addiction is real. Like, I've been carnivore 2.5 years now, and I'm feeling a lot stronger, and I've been pretty, comfortable with how my eating. That's not the hard part. The hard part is the emotional roller coaster of this journey. And for my birthday, 1st of July was my birthday. I'm now 53. And I thought, I'm going to just have an off day. Is now I'm talking now.
he doesn't like it when we take over the show,
Yeah,
He thinks
yeah.
it's the Todd show and he has to leave.
So I had an off day. I thought, it's my birthday. I'm going to enjoy a meal out with the family. I'm going to eat whatever. I had dessert and everything like that. And then the next day, my daughter wanted to go out because it was my actual birthday, because we had the family thing on the Sunday. Monday was my actual birthday. So we went out, and I'm like, okay. So I had 2 off days. And the third day was my anniversary for Carnivore. And we ended up having more stuff. So that was 3 days. I wasn't like super bad, but I wasn't my optimal strict self. I let a few things sort of slip in. And since then, I've been craving. I've had the biggest cravings, and like that addiction is still there. I thought it was gone. I thought I was strong and I'd be able to get around it. But since then, my mind's always wandering, and I'm having to no, push myself and say, no, I can't do this. But it's like that, this is when I should be priming, and I can't physically eat at the moment. So I'm not getting the food down, and I'm battling this craving, and it's been really difficult. And it's, I don't know, can you get rid of this addiction? I know when I eat properly, and, once I've been on it for a long time, that craving kind of goes away. But because of my birthday weekend, and I let a few things in, it's been really hard to stay on track. And I'm doing it, but it's not easy. Every day I'm talking to myself and, trying to convince myself, no, I'm not going to do it. I go for a walk around the house just to get away from the kitchen and try to keep my mind busy, because I'm not hungry for the right foods. I want crap. I want carbs. And I need to get rid of that. And I know it'll happen, but it's just, I feel like I'm back to day one because of that cheat over my birthday. So so people say, just have a cheat meal, just have one bite. It's not going to hurt you. Well, it's hurting me bad right now. So, some people just need to do it strict. And if you can moderate, fantastic. Good luck to you. That's fantastic. I'm envious, but I'm not a moderator. I'm an abstainer, I think, for life. So, yeah.
Man, sorry, I had to hop out there. My audio just started buzzing. I couldn't hear a word. This was
okay.
You just didn't want to listen to us, Lindy. Come on.
I was getting good, and then just went, meh, and I couldn't hear a thing. So let's see. My biggest aha moment has been iodine, for sure. This iodine, I know people are probably tired of me talking about it, but I think if you have a real thyroid problem and a real goiter problem or whatever was going on with me, this iodine's been fantastic. It gives me so much energy and so much stamina every day when I take it. It's the first thing when I open my eyes in the morning. Like I'm craving iodine. Since I've been taking this iodine, it doesn't matter if I sleep 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours at night. I wake up and I can be wide awake after taking, I wake up feeling good. Like I just have cell energy. I cannot explain it any better than that. I have energy to my cells, I feel like, almost for the first time in my life. And it is crazy. Now that I feel this way, I'm like, so this is how the rest of the world's been feeling. No wonder everything was hard. It was just like I didn't have, like, my circuitry didn't make it to the power or something. It was crazy. It's that's been huge. And also, I don't know, I've been having a lot of thoughts lately and just realizations, like how important small consistent changes do more to make the biggest differences in our lives. I'm convinced of that. I think the biggest miracles happen through just small consistency that's heading in the right direction. And so that's that, and being patient. I've never been good at being patient, but I'm getting better at it, and just being okay with where you're at, and just, every day just trying to make, for me right now, I just try to add a little bit more movement, get in the sun a little bit more, get my feet in the ground a little bit more. I'm just trying to do little things that I enjoy and being happy with them, and letting them come naturally and easy, and just trying to put more of those things in and do less things that are stressful, like watching, news, or, whatever. Just do things that feel better that way. And man, it just works. It does. The stress goes away, you sleep better, and the weight seems to come off, and, you get better energy. So I don't know. I just feel like we've been lied to. And I feel like everything's 180 degrees out. I think that they purposely put the cause and effect backwards so that they could sell us a lie. I don't like, for instance, I don't think we're sick because we're fat. I think we're fat because we're sick. I think we're metabolically sick. I think our diet's sick. I think that most all these diseases, like Dr. Phil's chart showed, was inflammation, and most all that inflammation comes from, our diet. When they flipped it around and they say, oh no, you have this and that's making you sick. It's not true. You have inflammation and that's making you have cancer, or it's making, well, that's one of the things Phil didn't want to link together yet, but, metabolic disease, obesity, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. I mean, all this stuff, right? And they flipped it backwards so that they could try to sell us drugs, and, it's almost like sleight of hand, don't look here, because so they flipped it 180 degrees out. They're blaming the symptoms all the time, so that we just look at the symptoms, and that we kind of lose the forest to the trees. And they got us looking at each individual tree saying, oh no, you're unlucky enough that you ended up with this thing, so here's this battery of drugs, and this is the road your life's going to lead now, or you're now a prisoner to this thing, and it's all bullcrap.
Mm.
So that's been, I don't know, a lot of what's been I've been seeing. I just it's kind of crazy. I don't know, there's a lot of aha moments anymore, but the one that I'd recommend to everybody to at least try has definitely been the iodine for me. And I'm not a doctor, and I know that Chafee said something about you can actually, some people, if they take large doses, can like kick off Hashimoto's. So I don't know how you go about navigating that. I suppose you have to see, probably do that test or whatever to see if you're low on it. But I fit all the symptoms with losing my voice and having that deal in my throat that I assumed was a goiter that was starting to form. And it's been the greatest thing. Like, I will not run out of this stuff for sure. It's been a life changer for me for sure. So what we got here? I think it's possible to overdo it on vibration plate. It makes me feel so good using mine 4 times a day, 15-minute increments.
Oh gosh, I have mine going permanently under my desk all day. When I'm working, it's on all the time. It turns off, I put it back on again. So I use it, but in the morning and night, I use it when I wake up, standing up, and then at night time before I go to bed, I use it as well. But under my desk, I'm sitting down, and it's going all day while I'm here.
Keeps movement. That's what you want.
Yeah.
I'm just using mine twice a day for 10 minutes, and I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I think that I know that there's a warning on there to say to only use it 10 minutes a day, but I feel like they put a warning on everything.
Well, what's the difference if you're walking? If you're out there walking,
Right.
You're pumping the fluid and it's movement. And if I'm
Right.
sitting here, sitting in one position for too long is no good for you. So at least if my legs are vibrating, I'm still working. It's still a bit of movement in my leg.
Keeping
It's
your
moving
circulation
in your
going.
athletics.
Yeah.
I can't see I don't have any metal plates or things in my knees or hips that I need to worry about. So if you
Right.
do have that issue, you better consult with your doctor. But for me personally, I use it all day and when I'm sitting down, and I love it.
I agree. I don't think you can overdo it.
Beef, butter, bacon, eggs saved my life. Lost 130 pounds. Reversed type 2 diabetes. A1C is now 5.4. Wow. Congratulations. Restored
That's
my
awesome.
eyesight.
Yeah.
No longer sleep apnea. 63-year-old males, 2 men, no fruit, no veggies, no snacking, no carbs, no sweets. Congratulations. That is
Fantastic.
I don't know how new that picture is, but man, you do not look 63 to me in that picture.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and I mean, everything that you just said there, if that was a pill that you took that did that, right?
It would be all over TV and everybody would be talking about it.
Yeah, it'd be the new Ozempic. You'd be the poster boy. But
Exactly.
because it was meat,
Yep.
right? There's just a bunch of assholes. Somebody commented on one of my Instagram reels today and said, well, it's just a matter of time now. Every cardiologist knows that you're a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. And I was sitting there going, yeah, I'm a ticking time bomb. I'm down 300 pounds off oxygen. Clearly have real life and vitality in me, but I'm a ticking time bomb. Back then, when I was on the heart medication and my doctor didn't care what I was eating, that's when I was under good cardiologist supervision, and then I wasn't a ticking time bomb. I wouldn't even be here right now.
That's right.
If I hadn't done carnivore, and this freaking idiot is sitting here going, you're a ticking time bomb.
Wait, can you hear Todd ticking?
Oh man, the closest thing to a ticking time bomb was when I was first up in the fat and I didn't know about disaster pants. That was a ticking time bomb. That was Oh, let's see here. Hey, there's Charlie.
There he is. How you doing, Charlie?
Good morning, Charlie.
Charlie, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Charlie. Appreciate it. You were ticking. Exactly, Phil. I just thought that was so funny that now that I'm, feeling awesome and, I have a life back, now I'm a ticking time bomb. I was laughing so hard how crazy that statement is, and I mean, whatever, they clearly they haven't looked at my story or care to, but it's just so crazy to think about me 20 months ago versus me now, and to think that this me is a ticking time bomb. It's like, well, I don't know what I was before then if this is a ticking time bomb.
Here's a ticking time bomb right here.
Right.
Yeah.
You can see just death, Yep. Yeah.
So you should send that guy this picture and say, do you think this guy was a ticking time bomb? Because this was me.
Right. That was me on my cardiologist drug regimen.
Right.
Exactly. I know. It's so funny to think about, It's like, wow.
Yep.
So crazy. I used to get upset about comments like that, but now I just don't care. I just let it just wash over me because I know I'm feeling great and I know where I was, I know where I'm at now, and those people just don't understand. I couldn't be bothered with it anymore.
Easy.
Sneaks up all the time. I don't know.
It's that little cherub.
I was getting an injection into my right eye once per month. I was supposed to go for 2 years. I stopped going after 6 months. I went back after 1 year of not going to the eye doctor. Now in 2020.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing, Jammer. That's like Todd with his eyes.
Yeah, my eyes have gotten a lot better too, my friend. And that carnivore is an elimination diet, but it's also just like a diet of hope, because I mean, I don't know that it can't heal everything. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to make you grow a limb back or whatever, but I don't know what it can't heal at this point, metabolically or disease wise. I think you should, there's a little bit of hope for everything. It could heal more than we ever know. I had doctors done it, but so.
Just like Todd's, yours was too. He thought he was looking at the wrong chart.
Yeah, he's like, I feel like I'm looking at the wrong eye scans, Exactly. Dr. Phil, that's exactly why I cut those curls off when I think my mom said I was 3. And my brothers were giving me such a hard time because I was the little sister they never wanted. So I went and found my mom's sewing basket. And I took her scissors out and I cut it all off in her room. And she about killed my brothers over that for giving me such a hard time because she hated that I cut them off. That was the end of the curls. Exactly. I mean, it's incredible, right? And it's so annoying to me. I mean, I'm no expert in this thing, but it's so annoying to me that Ozempic and all these drugs get all this attention touted, and people attack carnivore but we just keep seeing this over and over and over and over again. And it's, to me, it's not anecdotal anymore, that there's something there that should be studied and put on paper, which of course they don't want to.
They don't want it, no, because it's going to cut into their subscriptions that they have all these people tied to with their meds every month. They love that.
There's so many people complaining about, the side effects and symptoms, and they're not doing well on Ozempic or have to give up because it costs too much. And all of that's overlooked, and they're still promoting it. They don't want to hear the negatives about it.
Oh, it's crazy.
We've had people here in Australia that have died taking it. I mean, you don't hear about it.
No, I mean, when you think about how ridiculous it is, it's a lot like Phil says about, well, I don't know how Phil said exactly, but basically that, his risk of a heart attack was like 1% or something, but the risk of having side effects from the drug causing a heart attack or something was, I don't know, was 10% or something. Don't do that. Those numbers aren't right. But the side effects from the drugs to try to treat, I think it was cholesterol or whatever, was way more harmful than his risk of having a heart attack. But they were still, and that was how he won the argument with his doctors. And I just see that all over now. If Carnivore can do this for us and heal us and take this weight off of us, but they're sitting here telling us, oh, I can't hear you, Michael. Oh, he's coming back. If Carnivore can do this for us, but they're telling us about all these risk factors of, whatever, cholesterol and, colon cancer and whatever else that they're so demonizing the meat about, but they'll in turn prescribe Ozempic and gastric bypass and gastric sleeve and all these bariatric surgeries that I'm watching my mom right now waste away because she can't eat enough. You're still fighting issues with that, Lindy.
Yeah.
And there's just no way that the side effects and risks of gastric bypass and these Ozempic drugs are not at least as dangerous as whatever they perceive. I mean, we all know it's a crock, but even so, whatever stupid stuff that they trumped up on red meat, there's no way that red meat is more dangerous or puts you at a higher risk than the side effect. Like, I mean, obviously, this is just speculation on my part, but I just can't see that a surgery that's cutting out parts of your stomach would be less of a risk than eating red meat. Like, it's just absurd. It's so absurd.
Yeah. Look, and even if I had the money to do Ozempic, I'd just put it in ribeyes. I'd go and buy a whole bunch of steak and fill up my freezer. That's where my money would be going. I just don't want to inject. Now that, I don't want to eat sugars and I don't want to eat the carbs. I don't want to inject with crap either. So definitely, put it into meat.
Right. That's so crazy, Phil. Phil says new American Cancer Society guidelines for cancer prevention came out with taking Ozempic as a recommendation. That is incredible. That is so insane. I mean, it's just criminal what's happening. It's just
But we
criminal.
can't do anything about it. People just need to do their own research and wake up themselves. And it's heartbreaking. I wish I could convince a lot of, my loved ones to change their ways, but they're just not interested.
They aren't now, but we are. People don't see it necessarily, but they're starting to. But we are having some sort of health pandemic. I mean, people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker and more desperate by the day. So I think that your family will come around when they have to. If they don't do it before, when they get sick, they're going to be looking for it. And if with all the weight that you've lost and they see the health and all of us, that's why it's important that we put this out there, that we, show the before and after pictures that aren't so much fun to show, but we put them out there and we let everybody see it in real time and take away all the, the propaganda and the excuses, And we just take away and go, no, you know, we were as bad of addicts as it comes when it comes to this. We were as far gone as you can pretty much get, you know, on the food addiction side, and it freed us, you know, like carnivore, eating proper human diet freed us. It wasn't from willpower. It wasn't because we're so, you know, darn strong and, you know, strong-willed. It wasn't any of that nonsense. It's because we were finally giving our body what it needed, and we were finally addressing real problems, and that's all that the world needs, and it'll be in a lot better shape, you know.
Yeah, but I get a lot that I'm not like you, Mum. I was, or not even my kids. It's like everybody. I didn't have as much weight to lose as you, so carnivore's not going to be any good for me. Yeah, they've got other issues, and I can send them a ton of videos that would show, you know, your symptoms could be improved if you follow this diet. It's not all about weight loss; it's about the healing. But they just look at me and say, "Oh, you're looking fantastic," blah blah blah. But I don't have as much weight to lose, and so it's not going to be for me. And yeah, it's just those arguments, which I don't say anything unless people ask me. But it's just heartbreaking to see that my friends and family are all struggling with things I know can be improved by eating this way, and I have to bite my tongue because they just don't want to hear it, and they're just like, they're happy for me and they're happy that I'm doing this, but I'm the freak, and they just can't see that it's going to help them at all.
Right.
They're still happy to go and have their medication. They want their medication.
But a lot of that is like, it's like them wanting to not have to change their habits, you know, like, because we used to, you know, like now I understand that I needed to see somebody on carnivore that was 700 pounds and lost it, when I was seeing people that were 500 pounds and lost it. That wasn't good enough, you know. No. Well, that's silly, right? That was silly, but it was because we all do that, you know. I mean, think about the conversations we all have and have had going through this, where people are like, I mean, some of the craziest ones, where people are like, well, I would lose all that weight, but then I'd have all this loose skin, and I can't have the skin surgery, so I'm not going to lose the weight. It's like, okay, so I mean, that's obviously an excuse, right? Like, but they don't realize it. But they're making this argument. It's like, so you're basically saying you're going to commit suicide, take years off your life because you don't want to have loose skin. That's not a viable reason. But then they say the same things about, like, you know, just crazy stuff. Well, could, you know, can it heal this disease, that disease, this other disease, whatever? They name a bunch of them, and they want assurities. They're like, I'm only doing this if somebody can assure me that it's going to heal this thing. And it's like, nobody has a crystal ball. None of us can tell you that it's going to heal every problem you've ever had. But what we can tell you is that what you're doing is not making it better right now. And it's probably going to get worse. And you're probably going to get sicker, and things will improve. And you stand the best chance you can healing your body and eating the proper human diet and letting your body go to work and try to heal those things. So no matter whether somebody can give you a promise that it's going to heal this, that, or the other thing, like, you didn't need all those assurances to eat bad. You didn't need an assurance that you weren't going to have all these things, problems before you started eating bad. Why do you need all these assurances that it's all going to heal up for you to eat good? Like, you still have to do your part the best you can with what you got, and try to mitigate the damage that you're doing. And the only reason why we all argued against that, and we're like, oh, we needed all these lofty, well, I need to lose 100% of the weight, and I need to do it quickly, and I need all these things to cure up. Well, you know, we got to deal with where we're at. And we weren't that, you know, we weren't driving that hard of a bargain to eat the standard American diet. I don't know why we're driving that hard of a bargain to eat carnivore, you know, other than you're addicted to food and sugar and you don't want to make the hard choice, you know. But what people don't realize is that once you're not addicted anymore, and this will heal you, it's not hard anymore, you know. It's not hard anymore, you know. I was in town yesterday, and it was hot, and I was busy. I was in town. I was at the gas station. I went in to get some sparkling water, and I saw this thing of meat and cheese. It was like Wisconsin meat cheese curds. And I don't really eat cheese, but it looked good. It was in the cool case. I'm like, I'll have some of that. And so I grabbed this package of, it was little meat sticks, and cheese. And I looked on the back real quick. The writing, the ingredients were real small, and I couldn't read them. But there was no carbs in it. I was like, it can't be too bad. And I got it out to the car, and I opened this thing up, and was putting the car in reverse, and I pulled one of the meat sticks out, and there was a red stain on the cheese where the meat stick had been sitting, so it had red dye in it.
Yep.
And I mean, just from that, I looked at it, and I didn't take a bite of the thing, and I threw the $8 package of crap in the garbage. Because I'm like, yeah, they're just ruining our food left and right. But after I threw that in the garbage, I was just like, yeah, I mean, I really have changed. Like, there wasn't, just by seeing the red tint, knowing that it's got a little bit of crap in it, completely just flip something. There's a switch in my brain now that wasn't there before, that I have a non-negotiable line that I don't cross, when I know something's hurting me now, and I don't cross it. And that wasn't there before, but Carnivore put that there now. And it gave me that ability, and it can do that for everybody. So it took zero willpower to do that. It's just, now that we know for sure how good we can feel and how good the progress is, we just kind of keep striving for that, So I don't know. Let's see. I'm missing some stuff. Oh yeah, this is what I was trying to say with Phil. So I started with the 600% risk reduced to 1% risk, and my doctor wanted to prescribe me a statin that had a risk of reoccurring of metabolic syndrome. And I think he said somewhere else here.
Right here.
No, it's right here. My 5-year risk of heart attack was 1% after reversing metabolic syndrome. With Carnivore, the risk was 600%. The risk of statin causing metabolic syndrome again was 25 to 40%. Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to be a mathematician to look at that you were 25 to 40% of getting metabolic syndrome back that was going to cause a 600% increase in a heart attack. And they were worried about doing that and stopping what you're doing because you had a 1% risk of having a heart attack on Carnivore. Little bit crazy, right? I mean, that is silliness. Let's see here. Healing is the reason I started a PhD. Debilitating joint pain and migraines. Joint pains are mostly gone, and migraines only occur now with weather changes. That's awesome, John. Absolutely, it's life-changing. The nurse asked me how I lost so much weight. I told her I cut carbs and sugar. Then she said, I'm not giving up carbs.
That's what most people say.
Yeah.
Every time, because it's their drug. They don't hear that. It's their drug.
And they don't understand it. That's their drug. Yep.
No, and they have to. This is exactly why, my response to people were like, oh, it's your birthday. Are you going to have a splurge day for your birthday? I'm like, would you go have like crack? Because it's your birthday. Would you be like, I'm going to have a little bit of
you're an alcoholic, you're going to go have a drink too?
Right.
No, it's just going to take you right down the same path. You can't.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm not going to try to ruin my life today. Thank you, because it's my birthday.
So then she follows up with, I've lost 119 pounds. You're not an amateur. That's awesome. 119 pounds is phenomenal.
Fantastic. Well,
congratulations.
Life changing.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. I educated with a peer review study. He's on my team now. That's incredible.
Yeah. Another doctor on our team. Yay.
For sure.
You just need to get these Aussie doctors on board.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. First off, do no harm is an oath. That's it. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, this is why I love, the carnivore doctors, Barry and Chafee and Baker and all those guys in Nevada, and they're all coming around because at a certain point, I'm just a goofy dude in Montana. I can see it. It makes sense to me. So I know that there's doctors out there that have to be able to see what they're calling anecdotal evidence, and they should be able to see through it. And it's, I don't know why. I don't know why they're not. I don't know, I don't know if it's all, I don't know. I don't know if it's to not upset the apple cart, if they don't want to reinvent the wheel or whatever, but it's pretty crazy. I don't know. It's just crazy. Patients to find a compelling study to change the discussion with your doctor. That's awesome. Where to buy a waist tape measure? I get them at Amazon. Amazon's got about a good billion of them.
Yeah.
I did find a carnivore cardiologist. I asked him to refer me to a good GP, and he said, "Good luck."
This is honest.
Well, he sees part of the problem then.
Yeah.
All right. How do you figure out the cooking part of priming? I never know how much to cook, so I have sufficient food to get me into stuff. I think don't overthink it would be my deal here. So, and this is just going to be examples. I know I get a little bit spoiled sometimes with my meat, but what I just did, when I was doing priming, I just always had steaks that would only take 10 minutes to cook, and I would just cook them. But I've been even cooking things in batches. Like right now, I have a whole rack of beef ribs on the smoker, and I have 14. I'm trying to think, is that correct? No, I think I have 8 pounds of chuck roast and a whole rack of beef ribs on the smoker. And once that gets smoked, I'm just going to slice off meat off of that thing and warm it up in the air fryer as I see fit to eat it, every day. And I also just smoked. Me and Mom, I just smoked a 17-pound prime rib roast the other day, and I cut them in slices, and I put them in tinfoil, put them in the fridge, and then every day, the entire week, I would just pull us out a steak, a big fat prime rib steak, out of there every day, and I would just warm it up in the air fryer a little bit and serve it, and I could just go in there and grab those, and it was so easy. I only cooked one time last week for the entire week for both of us, because prime rib never gets old. For sure, it didn't get old. So we ate that every day, and it would just take 3 minutes to heat up, and I'd be good to go, and we'd both be. I was like, "This is so awesome." That's why I'm going to start cooking. I didn't do it today, but it's on my plans. I just have a full week this week, but it's on my plans to do one of those chuck rolls. Have you seen all the videos on the chuck rolls?
No.
So you can go to Costco, and they usually have a chuck roll on sale, which means that it's a certain chuck part of the steak that has like the chuck roast and chuck eye steaks, and God only knows what other cuts of meat. I haven't paid close enough attention, but you can get it it's like, I think they're like 60 pounds of meat for like $300. So you get it for like $5 a pound, and then you butcher it yourself and you cut it up in little pieces. Just different steaks, and there's a bunch of videos. Ashley, Carnivore Brothers, got one he was showing me, and so you can break it down, and it gets real cheap. And now that I got a smoker, which really does well for the flavor and it's slow cook stuff, I think I'm just going to start cooking 3 or 4 types of meat on like a Sunday, chopping them up into servings, put them in the fridge, and then just heat them up through the week because it goes so good and it's so tasty and it's so tender. I think that's going to be my mode going forward here, because I enjoy it so much. So, but anyhow, so to kind of Sharon, I would just prepare your meat in bulk, like meal prepping in bulk, and then don't try to do it at a per meal basis. Just wrap it up into what you're going to assume servings, and if you are still hungry, just take another half serving out, put it in the air fryer, the oven, the microwave, whatever you got, heat it up, and just keep going. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, I did the big prime rib in the smoker as well, and it was phenomenal. We had it all week, hubby and I, for lunch and dinner. I don't really like cold steak or anything, so what I did is I chopped my bits into little cubes and threw them in the air fryer so they get all crispy, and then I just dip it in a bit of tallow, and that's what I have, and it goes down really well, and I enjoy that. So, yeah. Having lots of crispy bits, it's another way to eat it.
For sure. Yeah, Renee said the same thing.
Mm.
I used to have hamburger patties pre-cooked to supplement my steaks and would pressure cook chuck roast. Yep. Exactly.
You could have like a bunch of hard-boiled eggs in the fridge as well. I've always got those in the fridge, and hubby will go and take a couple when he's hungry. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern. It looks like everybody kind of bulk cooks and just has it there so you can just make it quick for sure.
That's what I do. It's easier.
Pork belly also a good supplement. I'm making my own little. I've been feeling really good lately, and I've been playing with things, and I noticed that I have not been enjoying. I like the taste of pork, but it just I don't feel as good on it. So I feel the best on eggs and beef. So I decided that basically for the rest of this year, I'm just going to eat eggs, beef, salt, and water, and see what that does. Because at the smoker, that's good enough because it can make it very soft and it gives it a lot of flavor without adding anything. So I've never tried just eggs, beef, salt, and water before. I tried the lion diet that was close, but I was missing the eggs. And then, Michael, that video you showed me of that lady eating the egg yolks, that was actually deep because I can't tell you. I was sitting here because I'm planning on starting to drink 36 egg yolks a day just to get them down because I'm lifting a lot lately and I really want the DHEA. Yeah. And so I was sitting here going, how am I going to get these things down? I can't keep eating the omelets. It's too much food because it's making me... It's like a job to eat that much food, and I also want some of the meat. So I'm going to try that because the part that was keeping me from separating the whites and the yolks is I did not like separating them. It's such a pain in the butt. But when that lady was scooping them out with a spoon, I'm like, I think I can do that. I could do that every day. I could just break them all in there, put them in there, and then scoop them out and suck them up. So I'm going to be giving that a try pretty quick here and see if I can't start getting those down. Yeah, I think I can do this. This is actually a pretty genius way because I won't have...
What is she drinking beforehand? What was it? Do you know?
Don't know.
Like Kool-Aid or something. Yeah, I think I could do that, and then I won't have to eat the yolk or the whites.
I don't think I can do it. Sorry.
I'm going to be
eating snot.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but I only have to do 30. I only have to eat 36. She's eating.
I think it's 55. I think she does.
Oh wow!
And look at her. She's tiny.
Yeah.
What I'm concerned about, though, is I think Dr. Georgia Ede talks about eggs in her book, her latest book, and it's something about the biotin in the egg whites. If it's not cooked, and you have too much, it does something, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but it was bad for you. So, Dr. Phil, if you know anything about that, how many egg whites is too many egg whites? Would be my question.
Well, but she's not eating the egg whites. She's sucking the yolks out of it.
She's getting it too. She's
a little bit.
But will she go back and eat the egg whites?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
No, she's just eating them.
Yeah, I kind of assumed she was going to eat the lot.
But still, if she's eating 55 of them, she's getting egg yolk. Believe me.
Egg whites, a little bit for sure. But I mean, I only have so much stuff to worry about in my purview. like certain things, I'm just gonna have to give it to God and pray for the best because. Like I want to get the egg yolks down, and I would either be separating them, but I literally hate separating them so much that I was like, how am I going to do this? You know,
just eat them. They eat the whole thing. Just eat.
I don't want to eat
the whole egg in your mouth. No,
too much.
I know.
It's too much room, and so I actually found an egg yolker thing. It's like a little tray that has a little groove in the bottom that the whites slide through. As the yolk slowly slides down like a little track and the whites slip down through the bottom. I might actually buy that. But when I saw this, I'm like, I'm going to give this a try first. So I'm going to try probably tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm going to try to do 36 of them, see if I can't suck them down. I'm definitely going to make a video because it's gross as could be. And see if I can.
Can we do it on a live stream? Because I want to watch it happen in live.
All right, we'll schedule a live stream for.
Yeah, I'm home tomorrow. You want to watch, Michael? I want to watch.
All right, I'll do a live stream maybe tomorrow or Tuesday night, and I'll try to suck down. I'm gonna try to suck down 36 egg yolks, but we'll see how
we'll sit here. We'll cheer on.
She does 55 in 80 seconds.
All right, so I got to do 36 in like 36 seconds?
30 seconds, yes.
Oh boy, man, I'm gonna have to suck him down.
You might have to take your hat off for this one, Todd.
Well, what I'm thinking about doing is separating them with the spoon beforehand and putting them in one cup, and then just trying to
down it. Yeah,
just
that's
down.
completely
Yeah, because I saw, but I'm gonna play with that. Yeah, in my opinion, barbecue sauce is definitely out of the question. I've never seen a good one that's it's just not worth it. Like they have sugar-free ones, but then their fake sugars cause all sorts of problems. Like in my opinion, all the sauces need to go at first, and all the seasonings and everything. You should just be down to salt and beef, and then just stick there for a while. I know it's not great, but then once your body works itself out, and your hormones are better, and your taste buds are better, and you're not having histamine responses, and inflammation is gone, and you're kind of better in your right mind, then you can add things one at a time back in and see how they're, different seasonings and things. But at first, you just need to get rid of all the sauces. The sauces will ruin you.
You did make a nice dip with like a horseradish or something, but that was only for if you like dairy, if you can tolerate dairy.
Yeah, and if you can tolerate the prepared horseradish. For me, it works, but even me, I'm very careful about how much of that I eat because I can tolerate the dairy, but it makes me hold fluid, and so it's like one of those, like that's how crazy it is. But that's an example of like a cheat day for me. It's like if I'm going to have a little bit of sour cream and horseradish with my meat, that to me is as big a deal as on a diet before would have been like having birthday cake and pizza or something. Like that's a big deal now if I'm doing something like that, because I know it's gonna, it's not terrible, but it's gonna make me retain some fluid for a day because dairy just does with me, So, but I mean, there's other sauces you can make. Like I make one with hot sauce and tallow that's pretty good for steak dipping, and there's a lot of other people make stuff, but I think at first you just really need to, you almost need to do without all the sauces so that when you make these new sauces, they taste great.
Right.
If you go from a Sweet Baby Ray's to trying to make a tallow and hot sauce, you're gonna be like, this tastes like crap.
Right.
Like it ain't gonna work. You're not gonna like it anyways. You kind of got to withstand for a while, and then you can add little things in, and then you'll be like, oh, this is amazing. Let's see here.
And Todd and I both like jalapenos in the vinegar.
Yeah, love jalapenos. And I get the pickled ones because pickled ones seem to take out the oxalates. And so I don't seem to have a problem with the pickled ones, but the fresh ones I do. Fresh ones I'll have an inflammation response, and so I can do them.
I don't mind having the hot sauce with my tallow, and I mix it in, and I just find that goes down really well, and it helps me absorb the fat better. I think I don't get that.
Breaks it down. Yep.
Yeah. Because I don't have the gallbladder, so it just sort of makes me feel pretty cool. Hi, Mywen. How are you?
There she is.
Yay.
Hey, how are you?
See, she knows. She understands morning, afternoon, evening. She knows.
All right. I know who the favorite is now.
Oh, wow. Bill says there are some clean barbecue sauce with no sugar or sweeteners. Oh, I didn't know. That's awesome.
How do they taste?
I'm not sure. Yeah, for sure. She's doing yolks, and I'm definitely going to try it for sure, and I think I can get them down because I want to get just yolks down early in the morning, and I'm going to have a little bit of an issue. Man, everything's such a balancing act, right? Because I'm pretty certain if I eat 36 yolks, it's going to absolutely blow up my protein intake, so it's going to probably cause a little bit of gluconeogenesis if I take them down. So I'm almost going to have to do them in 218, do 18 of them, wait probably 2 hours, do 18 more. And then I can have a steak sometime. But I want to start getting those in probably right after I lift, which sucks because I want to lift at night. I like to get moving in the morning, but then I like to lift at night. So I think I'm almost going to have to start lifting in the morning just so I can eat the eggs. after I left. But I don't know. It's getting silly. So many things. You need to prime. You definitely need to prime.
Oh, she sounds like what I used to be.
Let's see. I've recently started eating only yolks. I think the whites were causing inflammation. I don't think I'll ever eat that many though. I'll let you know I'll let you know if I survive. Let's see. So you guys fast as well, or just eat to stay tidy? I fast now, and I'm trying to get back on my fasting routine during fireworks season here. When I was selling fireworks and went to Texas, I got off my fasting routine. But I'm using this week to reprime now that my schedule's settled out a little bit, and I'm hoping next week to go back to fasting. And I generally try to. My last fasting routine that I like the most is I eat for 7 days and then I fast for 7 days. So that's what I'm trying to go back to.
Yeah, I don't really fast. I just intermittent fast. So I eat when I'm hungry and I don't eat when I'm not hungry. So it could be 1 meal a day. Sometimes it's 2 meals a day. But yeah, very rarely I have 3 meals. Occasionally I do, but I just play it by ear. I don't plan it. Just see how I go day by day. Keep it simple.
Best way to go. I actually feel the best when I'm fasting. I think I need to start doing another fast coming up here. Maybe end of the week or something. I'll start another one.
Yeah, I love my food too much.
I don't think I want to take them in an enema bag. Thanks for the help. I do not want to do that.
Yeah, I think it's growing feathers.
Yeah, I don't want to. Wrong end. I mean, yeah.
It's eventually going to come out that way. So
Right. Eventually, unless I do it wrong. Fast 16 to 20 hours daily and 3 to 7 days once per month. Nice. I ate 4 to 5, but half the egg whites go to the dogs.
Good.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, my daughter gives her egg whites to the dogs. Mine just go down the sink. And I feel bad doing that, but I don't usually eat them.
Yeah, I don't know what to. I mean, I don't even know what you do with the egg whites. If you're like, what am I going to do with 36 egg whites a day? I mean, is there something you can do with them?
angel food cake.
I
Meringue for
yeah. I'm still mad, but I am changing that soon. Body has been okay for 6 months as OMAD, but body's talking different now. Yep, for sure. It'll probably be
Pilates in the morning.
Pilates. No, the egg Pilates morning. That's awesome. I've been thinking about doing the Pilates instead of the raw egg yolks, but I just really like the idea of just getting them down quick. You know, just getting done with them.
Yeah, well, to mix 36 eggs, you need a big blender.
Right. Freeze egg whites until you find a mad. What is that?
Pavlova cook. Pavlova? It's like a meringue cake. I think they're famous in New Zealand. Yeah, it's just made with egg whites and sugar, and you beat them until they're fluffy and you get a nice sort of meringue cake. Yeah.
Oh, there's a good idea. You can make that egg bread. I think Kelly Hogan has a recipe with egg whites. Well, that's good. I could start a bakery because I could be eating 36 of them a day. I should start an egg white bread bakery.
Well, if you had chickens, could you make the egg bread and then feed the chickens the egg bread?
I think I could just feed them the yolks or the whites. I think they eat those too.
Would they?
I know. Yeah, but you know what's weird is some of the farmers say to feed the chickens your eggshells. But then we were doing that, but then they get a taste for it, and then they start eating their own eggs.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Grind it up into a dust, maybe.
Yeah, put it on the ground or something.
Yeah. Mix it in with the food or something.
Can you beat egg yolks without the big egg whites without the sugar to make a pavlova? Like it wouldn't be sweet, but you'd still have that meringue, would you? Or does it need the sugar? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know what it is exactly. I know what meringue is, I guess. But bad idea. Don't feed chickens eggs. I made that mistake. What happened, Sandra? Did they start eating their eggs as well?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of trying sweeteners. I still think the sweetness would make me crave.
Eats the sugar.
Yeah, it needs sugar. Yeah, I thought so.
It's a big rain smelling. Yeah, so I'll have to start watching his stuff to see because I'm gonna have a whole bunch of them. You know what I could do is, you know what I should do if I was gonna do it is get a dehydrator and dehydrate them and turn the egg whites into powder.
And then you can mix it in whatever you're making.
Yeah, then I could, and I would have a buttload of egg white powder. That would probably be the thing if I was gonna do anything with it.
Well, it's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, these recipes, they do my head in. I just wouldn't be able to moderate them, I don't think. Carnivore Cheetos with egg whites and add a small amount of Parmesan cheese and pop onto a baking sheet and bake. Haven't tried it, but sounds great. Do love myself some Parmesan.
It does sound really good.
It does sound.
Chicken's egg. Oh, hooks and oyster shells, yeah. Hookworms. Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know why people do that. It just sounds okay. But I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to think because he was just making something that had a bunch of egg whites the other day, and I can't remember what it was. And then I think, didn't Bella just do a egg white flatbread or something on her channel?
You haven't watched that video yet. Is that egg whites as well, is it?
I thought so. I'll have to take a look at that. Oh, we got a question.
I have to ask, how are you three?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, still here.
Michael's still a curmudgeon. Michael, what are you doing to that poor mini-me, by the way? Where do you keep him? You keep him in a cage?
He's sitting right next to the elf on the shelf. And they keep each other company.
They're plotting your death, Michael.
They probably are. They're always staring at me.
What is your recommended for the vibration plate? It's definitely this Life Pro one. I mean, I put that thing to the test, and it's working fantastically.
It holds my big ass, so that's my stamp of approval.
Right.
I think mine's an easy fit if you're in Australia because we can't get Life Pro here. The delivery fees are way too expensive. So I think it's an easy fit.
It's definitely working for me. Let's see.
What brand was your rebounder? Do you remember?
BCAN, so it's BCAN.
Okay.
Didn't I put it in the private chat? I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
okay,
it's BCAN, yeah. BCAN, the 550 model, 48 inch. 48 or 50 inch did you get?
I got the 48 just because I felt like the less leverage, the better on the mat. I wanted it to be short, strong. So I was like, I only need to go up. I'm not doing backflips and cannonballs.
I just want that nice motion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think mine's a 37 or 39 inch, and that's perfect. There was a 50 something inch, and I just thought it's going to take up too much space. I'm really glad I got the smaller one.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean that one's just fine. I think I have a picture. Where to go? I put a picture in here.
I think it was in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Did I put it in WhatsApp?
Yeah, you sent it to us.
It's just you got everything. You got everything in your garage in it, though.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. If the garage is filthy.
It's not going to be like that for long anyway.
Right. I'm
You're
cleaning.
renovating.
It's years
Did you-
of.
I'll
Are the
pull it up.
bats still living in your garage, or have they moved on now?
No, they moved on. Thank God. I was really
Yeah.
getting worried about that, but I think they just. I think that was a
Didn't like
fluke.
the ruckus.
I think it was a fluke. I think they came in because it rained a bunch, and I think they brought bugs, and I think they came in to eat the bugs. Yeah, that's it. And
Looks nice.
Yeah. Nice with the footprints too.
yeah, the
Well, you know
garage.
it's been tested, right?
Exactly.
I was
Good
using it.
job.
Now you
Yeah,
can
and you've
see
got the handle. I still haven't got a handle for mine. I need to get one.
worked just
Makes a
fine.
difference. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys will be seeing a lot of that garage in the near future once I get all that crap out of there and get it pressure washed and get all the equipment in there. That's the summer fall
Project.
Yeah.
It'll be fall if it's going to stay 95 by you.
It's hot. It's real hot out there. I mean, it's
I've
rough.
been tossing up whether to put all my equipment in the garage, but currently my car's parked in there because it's a brand new car. So it keeps it nice and clean and dry. So yeah, I need to figure out what I value most, my car or my health.
Right. All right. Seriously though, about the vibration plate, if you have a lipidemia or lymphedemia, it's essential, to be honest, as long as you are aware of the caveats. For sure. It sure helps me. I know, none of this is a miracle cure, It doesn't happen in 5 minutes, but you just notice if you're consistent with it and you just do it every day,
Stick to it. Yep.
and you got to
Yeah.
stick to it. You just got to make it part of your routine. It's just what you got to do now. Yeah, you'll see improvements. You really will, And now I've been doing, I can't do these as long, but I do planks on them. And I put my arms on them to try to shake up the thoracic ducts, in the armpits. And it seems to help too, So I don't know. Slow and steady, but if we keep doing this, the year's going to go by anyways, and in a year you might not recognize how far you make it, and how much.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you said, we're not going to cure our symptoms, but we can definitely make huge improvements with diet and just these little bits of exercise that we're doing, the vibration plate and rebounder. They've been game changers.
Big ones. So it's getting better for sure. Let us know in the chat what if you guys have a vibration plate, how long you've been using it, and how you use it, and what improvements you've seen. I use mine when I first get up in the morning. When I first get up in the morning, I like to use my stretchy bands because I always have a sore, tight back. I think it's because I had bad posture. I was always bent over a keyboard. So, and I've watched those videos where you put your palms up and out, and you put them out to your side, and you look like you're trying to empty a glass backwards like this. So that's how I hold the stretchy bands, and I let it pull my arms back, and I tuck my chin in. And that does the best for my upper back and between my shoulders. It kind of untenses that, and I do that, and then I get on the vibration plate. At first I take my iodine. Gotta have the iodine because that's hugely important. Then I do the vibration plate for just 10 minutes, but I'll do 10 squats, and then I'll do 10 calf raises on the edge, and then I'll do 10 squats and then 10 calf raises, and I'll do that. Usually try to get 60 of each in, and I do that while I'm on there to try to get a calf pump. And man, I just feel so much better, just so much looser, and just everything. You can just tell blood flow is moving, and you're getting oxygen, And when I first wake up, though, I do the Wim Hof breathing because that opens up your diaphragm and it helps open up the lymphatic system to your waist where it kind of gets stuck too. But just those things have really helped my legs tremendously, And now I'm excited because I've been doing that, and then I run out and I get on the rebounder, and then I put in 500 of the little pumps there, and I'm going to try to get it up to a couple thousand. But right now I'm just doing 500 because that makes me very sore. I do 5 sets of 100, and by the time I do that, my legs are pretty shaky, and that's getting a little pump in there. So it's definitely.
So do you put music to it and just do it with some music to keep that momentum going, or?
I have playing out
that
there.
rap station he listens to.
Yeah, I get down to the rap. Actually, I do listen to Eminem. Real Steel soundtrack. I love that soundtrack, which it does have rap in it. I'll be honest. But Till I Collapse, I really like that. That's a good workout song.
Yeah. I find my mind wanders and I start thinking of all the chores I need to be doing around the house. So if I need to have something to keep my mind busy while I'm doing it,
it's the only way
to keep me on it.
I don't know how your mind can wander, because mine wanders to my calves going, they're burning. They're burning. That's where
well, exactly. Yeah, your legs are burning. And it's like, oh, I could be doing housework at the same time. And then my legs don't have to burn as much then. So it's like an excuse. So I have to, I just try and wait till the end of the song. And then by the end of the song, I'm like, I'll do the next song now.
Right.
Yeah, just keep pushing myself. I can't.
That's the best. That's how I do it. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, can't stop mid-song.
Yep.
Yes, I agree, Cranky. I've been my noontime regimen is I do that in the morning, and then at noon, I've been going outside, sitting in a chair, getting sun, and putting my feet in the ground for 20 to 30 minutes a day, so that I can get that. So I've been doing that at noon, this is how I keep getting burnt right now.
Tomato face, huh?
Tomato face for sure, but that seems to definitely be helping. And then at night I've been doing the sprints on the exercise bike, and so one day I'll do it on the exercise bike, the other day I'll do it on the hit axle, and I do sprints, and I've been alternating. It seems to be working for sure, but I definitely agree. So many things to work in. I'm just trying to work them in little bite-sized pieces that take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes here or there, because then I can absorb them. Where if I make it an hour or an hour and a half, then it becomes daunting, and I don't get it consistently.
Did you buy a grounding mat for your bed?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, how do you find that? Do you find it makes any difference, or not
Yes,
really?
It was one of the first things. Yeah, for sure. It definitely takes. It was the first thing that I noticed when I had a grounding mat, which I've had now for almost as long as I've been doing Carnivore. That was one of the first things I did, and I was sold on it because I didn't realize that I had it plugged in yet. I thought that I didn't have the right one plugged in, so I didn't think it was on. And then my feet were on it when I was plugging all the cords in, because I had a pillowcase and a one for my bed, and I had a foot pad that was under my desk. Well, I plugged in what I thought was the pad that was on the bed that I was sitting on, so I didn't think it was doing any good. Well, I'd accidentally plugged in the foot pad that my feet were on, and I didn't realize that I'd plugged that in. And I was sitting there, and I felt the weirdest sensation in my ankles, and I felt like pain leaving my ankles. And it was the strangest sensation, and I was like, well, this is a placebo effect, because that one's not even plugged in. And then it was so obvious to me that within 5 minutes, I felt like this tension and pain going out of my ankles. I followed the cable, and I had plugged it in, and that one was the one that was plugged in. And I was like, holy cow, that's actually working, because it wasn't a placebo effect anymore, because it was plugged in, and I didn't even think it was plugged in. And so that was crazy. And so I've been doing it ever since. And now when I don't have it, I find that I don't fall asleep as good. I don't sleep as REM sleep as well. And I wake up early. Like I wake up in the middle of the night where I don't. I'll usually sleep through the night if I make sure I'm sleeping on the ground.
You just get this recently?
No, I've had it for months.
You've had it for a while? Okay.
Okay.
How's your sleep been now? I know you've been suffering too, like me.
It was bad when I got back from Texas, because my schedule was all screwed up, and then it was bad going through fireworks and everything. But now in the last week, it's been pretty good. But there's so many changes. This is what I'm saying. There's so many changes. When I started taking iodine, I have so much more energy now that it's like I have to recalibrate or something, because I have so much more energy now on the iodine that, man, I can go off of 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I'm not saying it's good, but I can have more energy than I ever had before off 3 or 4 hours of sleep now. So I don't know. It's just tricky, but I'm trying to get. I have a hard time getting more than 6 hours of sleep right now because I just wake up. And I'm wide awake when I wake up now. But I'll take that all day long because I used to never be awake when I would wake up. I'd get up and I'd be it was like a hostage negotiation. I was just trying to negotiate myself to the bathroom to get some water on my face so that I could negotiate myself to the fridge to get a Mountain Dew or something, you know?
Right.
Like it was crazy. And now it's just like my eyes pop open and I'm up.
Well, my hubby's alarm went off at 3 a.m. this morning because he still had to go to work. And so from 3 a.m. to 6, I was lying in bed watching YouTube because I was wide awake. And I'm like, I should get up and start doing some of my rebounder. And I wanted to start my my walking workout routine for this month's challenge. And I thought, oh, I'll get up early and do it. And it was freezing cold. It was raining. And it's like the bed is super cozy. So snooze the alarm for another hour.
Oh, Charlie, I forgot that you texted me the other day. I got to talk to you about that. I totally forgot to text you back. When I read that, I was driving. Charlie's got some information he's got to give us later. Apparently, there's some do's and don'ts to do with the pellet smokers. He wants to save us from a disaster. I'm going to have to hit you up on that, Charlie, but he's wondering what kind of smoker you got.
Yeah, it's a Traeger, and yeah, it is a pellet smoker, and I buy the signature Traeger blend, which is a blend of 3 different, I think, wood or whatever. Yeah, it's really nice. I love it, but yeah, love to have any feedback, anything to help.
For sure. What foot thing are you talking about, Todd, that you plugged in? It's just a grounding mat. Let me see if I can find one. Hold on. Amazon. Because like I said, this has been 19 months. I don't know if I'm going to find the one that
you bought it that long ago. Okay.
I know Professor Bart Hay speaks about it as well. I think he was recommending grounding mats.
Yeah.
It's one of those
I've
things.
heard a lot about them. That they're
Yeah.
I want to get one.
Well, and they're super affordable. Like, here's one for your feet. That's $20. You know, like they're not expensive. Hold on, copy
So where do you plug it in? You just
to that ground.
Your grounding on your outlet.
The grounding slot on your outlet. Yep. Here's one for that's just a foot pad. Whoa.
Oh, that's not how you do it, though.
Okay, why did I do that so many times?
Yeah. Well, it went out to all the channels, but that's...
Why did it do it like 50 times?
Trolls. Yeah, you got to be blocking.
Okay.
Spammer. We got a spammer in the channel.
It's the crazy guy in the hat. Hold on. But seriously, why did it do it repetitively?
It's because it was such a long URL that it broke it up and just spit it all out.
It's too many characters. Exceeded the character
length. YouTube is 250, I think, character limit.
So is there a share?
Yeah, there should be a share, and then you just want the very start of it. Here, I can probably capture it from there. You don't want all the other stuff. You just want up to the here.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, Todd breaks it all.
Let me find. Here's the one that I have for. How do you do?
Is this the brand that you bought though? That's what I want. I don't want to buy one that's. I want one that's been tested by somebody that I trust. And I'm not saying that I trust.
Honestly, I don't know if this.
You don't. If this is the one that you bought, okay.
I don't know. It was too long ago, and but it was cheap, just like this one.
Right. Okay.
It was. We're trying to figure out how to share.
I'll get the link for it. It's just up to the first slash.
Oh, up to the first slash, right?
Yeah. And that should pull it up. No, that's not working either. Hold on a second. Where's the share button at on this time?
All right, where's the share button? This is so annoying.
I got it.
Well, what?
I'll post it.
Where's the share button on?
They don't have it on. I don't think they have it on
the web version.
Yeah.
PC. Well, that's really annoying.
I'm posting it now.
Okay. Well, there's one for a bed there that's like $60, and I got the kit. The kit that I had a bed mat, had a pillowcase, and then it had a foot mat and it had some wristbands if you wanted to wear them. I just have under this desk. I have one that's for my feet, and I'll take my shoes off sometimes, put my feet on it. And then on the bed, I have one that just goes across the bed, and I have one for the pillowcase. And that's all that I have. I don't have the sheet because the sheet that goes on top of you is so hot, like it's not a good material. I can lay on it, but I don't want to have a sheet covering me. It'd be some sort of torture.
So you just plug it into your electrical outlet, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Because I could have to put mine on top of my vibration plate under my desk and have a grounding mount on that.
That'll work, yeah. You spend most of your time there anyway, so yeah.
Yeah,
I want to get something for the chair here, is what I want to get.
It definitely
spend
works.
most of my time in here.
Yeah. For sure.
It definitely works.
But you want it to have contact to skin, is what you want to have, so that makes the connection.
Right. That is the tricky part.
Oh, well, I take my shoes off under the desk anyway, so that works for me.
That'll work. Yeah.
Are some foot heel straps from grounding that I use for my walking and sprinting mornings. That's awesome. I got to get some of those too. I saw those, but I got to get some of those. Oh my God, yes, on top of the vibration plate. Yep, for sure. That's a fantastic idea. See, we're all going to get it worked out. If we just do our grounding and eating the meat and doing the rebounding and the vibrating and the sprinting.
Simple things change your life, man.
It's sauna. Cold plunges.
Yeah. Infrared.
Yeah, infrared.
My list is getting longer and longer and longer.
I know.
All the things I need.
We need to win the lottery, man.
Oh, I know, right?
But yeah, it's because we screwed everything up. You know, this all used to just be natural. We used to always be getting the light and the grounding and everything.
And just think of all that money we would have saved if we didn't buy all those carbs. We would have had our sauna, all this equipment.
And you would have enjoyed life a lot more.
Health. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just starting a little later.
It's better late than never, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can smell the ribs right now.
I bet you the Basset Hound can smell it too. He's out there.
Sure. Hold the fort for me. I'm going to go check on him. I'll dial in.
You need to get a security camera set up out there so you can do it remotely. And
I should.
Doesn't yours sync with your phone? So it tells you.
It does, but I haven't set it up through the Wi-Fi yet because my Wi-Fi router's so far away from the garage. I gotta set it up. Right now I'm hardwired to the internet in this office, so I got to put a router here so that I can link it to the smoker.
Right.
Yeah, so that I can do a Wi-Fi. But hold down the fort for me, and I'll hop in on my phone and show you the meat.
All right.
Sounds good. I've actually got a huge brisket in the fridge, and tomorrow I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to do half in the slow cooker and the other half in the smoker because I've never had a brisket in the smoker. So I'm going to compare how the two different meats.
Which one you like better?
Yeah, which one I like better. So
you've been cooking a lot on the smoker?
3 times now, and I love it. Yeah. So I was going to do it today. I mean, I could still do it tonight because probably 3 hours in the smoker.
3 hours it's taken
for that small piece. Yeah. So I might even do it after the live stream. So I'll pop one in the slow cooker and I'll do a little video and then I'll compare it and see which one I like better.
Well, out of have the 3 different meats been different, or have they all been the same? Or
yeah, I did steak the first time, just a Scotch fillet.
Have you tried? Yeah. Have you cooked a tomahawk steak yet?
Oh yeah, I did the tomahawk first, and then I did just normal steaks, and then I did a huge Scotch fillet, like it was a slab. It hadn't been cut up, so because I didn't know what a prime rib was. I went to the shop and I took a bunch of photos and emailed them to. No, you saw it too. And I'm like, which one's prime rib? So apparently, our big piece of Scotch is similar to a prime rib.
Is the rib? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was phenomenal. It was so good. So now we've got the brisket, and it had the sticker good for smoking. So I thought, oh, well, we'll give that a go. Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Oh, look at those ribs. I'm going to have to buy some ribs.
That looks fantastic, man.
Those look good.
Yeah. Wow. I just love the smell of the smoker as well.
If only we could smell it right now.
It's so good.
Fingers look good too, Ma. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Now, did you put anything on them, Todd, or you just throw them like that on there? And
Nope, just like that.
Your fingers covering up the lens a little bit.
Oh, no, just like that. Sorry, I'm grabbing the...
Yeah, you're good.
The ribs are done.
Oh, so now we're going to watch him.
If we can taste it, right?
He's going to eat the ribs while we do the rest of the live stream.
That's the only reason he wanted to. I need to go check on them. Yeah, right, Todd. You just wanted to get a big piece of it.
I'm hungry.
I didn't know they were done. Look at those. Those are 2 chakras.
Those
bad things? Yeah. Oh, man. Here we begin. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So we're going to watch him eat now for the next half hour or so.
You know? Yeah, and we're going to have to listen to how good it is. And
thank God we're not fasting, though.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody out there is fasting at the moment. Where's Keith? He's usually
trigger warning. Todd's going to be eating.
But yeah, DC. Wish we could taste it, right?
I know.
Yeah. He is rude. He is very rude. Yeah.
All right. Let's zoom in on his mouth.
Yeah.
There we go. How into it, Todd?
Yeah. Hey, Todd. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at that smile. How much smile
he's like a little kid in the candy store right now. He can't wait to get it in his mouth. Yep.
You guys don't know nothing.
I got no. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
unreal.
That.
And you won't share with none of us, Todd.
Well, if they would invent a neat teleporter. Oh my gosh, look at this one.
Come on, dig into it. I know you want to. I know you're excited right now. I can see the drool coming down your lip.
I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah. Always an excuse.
Oh, this thing would be, it's so hot.
Well, it's all right. Burn your mouth a little bit.
Oh my gosh. That
looks good.
Oh, it looks delicious.
And that's completely plain. No salt, nothing.
No salt, nothing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you don't want to see that.
I do have a little salt to put on it, though.
Yeah.
Vegemite salt. Yay. All the way from Australia.
Oh, the Vegemite one, yeah.
That's the Vegemite salt. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this thing's good. Sorry, you guys keep going. I'll be right with you.
Yeah. You're making everybody hungry here, Todd. You're very rude. You know.
I didn't know they were going to get done so quick.
Yeah, you planned it. I saw you this morning figuring out what time will my ribs be done during the show. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, these things are delightful. Wow.
Oh well.
When are you guys coming over?
We weren't invited.
I know.
You're always invited.
By the time we get there, they'll be gone.
Exactly.
But
right, I'll put more on, right, Todd?
I'll put more on just for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Reverse sous vide London broil, smoke, sear on the grill first, then sous vide for 6 hours. I bet that's going to be delicious, John. These are so good. This is stupid. And it only took 2 hours, two and a half hours. Man, they're fall apart delicious.
I might have to do an online order some ribs, I think.
Oh,
I was going to do my brisket tomorrow, but I think I'm going to do it after this live stream and go and smoke it.
So, you guys have been talking about a smoker. So I finally broke down and I found one on Temu. Okay. And I'm ready to go, guys.
welcome to the club, Michael. Oh, God. That's funny. You know what's funny though is you can have mini me cook it. You put mini me.
Yeah, he'll be standing there cooking it. Yep.
You can have mini me running that thing. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Where's the doggy at? Is what I want to know.
He's
Sleeping?
probably sniffing under the door.
She's sleeping with the food right there. You can tell Todd's enjoying it right now. Yep. He's got tears coming because it tastes so good.
That's how spoiled that dog is.
She's just so used to it. Yeah.
She is. She's like,
Meat sweat's starting already.
meat sweats. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh, sorry. This turned into a mukbang. I did not know this is going to be done this quick, but I'm not mad about it at all. Oh my gosh.
So Beth wants to know where you buy your ribs at, Todd. I'm going to say Costco.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Todd buys his meat at Costco. Yep.
I do.
Unless it's roadkill.
They got really good meat there. They got really good meat. I think they're the number one beef supplier or purchaser in the U.S. right now. Probably the world. Whew, man, that's hot.
You guys like my smoker? Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to see. I'll buy it for you. You got to put mini me bobblehead in front of it. Make it a little itty bitty ribs.
Little appetizers, huh?
That'd be hilarious. Man, that's hot.
Yeah. Poor Simpson's got the reheated hamburger patty.
I know, we're real drooling here. It does look good.
Oh.
And they want to know if it's the indoor smoker. It's just in his garage.
Yeah, it's just in my garage. I'm sorry.
We're listening to you eat.
Sorry.
And they want to know about your Vegemite salt, Lindy.
Okay, there's a little shop in a town called Warrigal here in Victoria, and they make all this. It's just all different salts, and they do it all themselves. So it's all homemade, or I don't know. They flavour all their salts. It's all lovely. I don't know. It's just Vegemite salt. I have no idea. It's got no chemicals or preservatives other than the Vegemite, and it's just got a really nice flavour. But
It does. It's so delicious.
yeah, like you always want to give Vegemite to people who are from other countries because it's like
Everybody hears
a
about
completely
it, right?
Aussie thing. I'm like, well, how can I give Vegemite to carnivores, US carnivores? So I thought Vegemite salt was a nice touch. And Todd seems to love it. So yeah,
Really?
you're eating it straight out of the jar.
I didn't even see him put it on it. He's just eating that meat.
Oh, I do eat it straight out of the jar. Look at these.
Yeah, it's pretty
love
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have it every day, but just to give the meat a little bit of extra
Little different.
flavour every now and then.
Right.
Just changes it up. So I don't use sauces. I use all the different smoked salts. Yeah.
That's what-
Red gum's another nice one that I love.
Mama Cracker wants to know when the chuck roasts are going to be done. And will it be done during the live stream? You got 44 minutes left, Todd.
No, but I would say it'll be done here in about an hour and a half.
And how many pounds were those? Those look nice size.
They're like 4.5 pounds each, so it's right around 9. Yeah, 9 pounds total. I'm only smoking it at 225. I should have probably lowered it to 200, but we'll see where it's at. I'm trying to cook them to about 203, just like a brisket. I'm not going to let them rest, but I'm sure it's got Probably got another hour. Yeah, Beth, it's super good, isn't it?
It's on my next list. Next time I buy meat.
And they look really good. And you don't need barbecue sauce on them.
No, especially not with smoke.
No, yeah, because you get the flavor from that. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Do you use a signature brand Traeger pellets as well, or have you got a different one?
Yeah, they're Traeger gourmet blend.
Gourmet, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ashley used the signature blend in Texas, so that's why I got that one.
No, he used the gourmet blend. That's why I bought 6 bags of it.
Oh, no, he told me signature blend. That's why I got that one. I wonder if it's the same thing. Maybe it's just, yeah.
Yeah, the gourmet blend was the one he had me get. It was delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh. There's so much going on over
Sounds like it.
there. All right.
I'm surprised Cosette's not barking at you.
I know. I can't believe she's sleeping through it.
Normally she's clawing at you and
Oh, she's down for the bone now, though. Yeah, she's digging that one. Oh. Man, well, this show just went off the rails. I really didn't think these would be ready. I just put them on before we started the show, and I only put them at 225. I thought it would take.
That was quick.
Yeah, I just got back. I was rushing home from Costco with them, so I could get on the live stream. And I just put that stuff on just before we got on the live stream. So I did not expect them to be done, but when I opened it up, I was like, dang. In fact, these are slightly overcooked, not bad, but I would have liked to pull them a minute ago, probably 20 minutes ago. So, oh, gosh. But they are tasty, that smoke. I mean, look at the meat on.
Don't drop it. All that meat.
That was the knife I caught the knife.
It's just as bad as spilling your coffee.
Look at the meat on these things.
Yeah, those are pretty meaty. And that's just all meat right there. That's not no bone in there. So.
Meat, there's no bone.
That's awesome.
And you take a big
beef rib or pork rib?
Beef.
Beef. Okay. Sorry to interrupt your with the questioning, Todd. You're eating.
Fair enough. It's hot, is it?
You burnt your tongue? That's a shame.
That was worth it, though. Look at the smoke ring on this. Do you see that smoke ring?
Yeah.
That red?
Amazing.
Man, is it good. I mean, it's just dripping. Do you see how juicy that is?
This is probably your best thing that you bought recently, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you done a brisket in there? How's the brisket?
It's done everything in there, believe me.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try this afternoon.
If you could catch that basset hound, he'd be in there.
That's a fact. That's a fact, that meat thief. Oh, man. Tell you what. That hit spot. Yeah, yesterday, it made me mad. I got busy, and I forgot, but I bought a couple of pork tenderloins, and I had some side pork and some bacon. So last night, this is one of the reasons that I'm hungry today. It's because last night I had plans to make bacon weaves and pork belly weaves and wrap pork tenderloins, and I was going to fill up. So I was going to butterfly the pork tenderloins into a flat roll. Then I was going to spread cream cheese and pickled jalapenos on it, and then roll it into a pinwheel, and then bacon weave around it, like a lattice, bacon weave lattice around it,
Right.
and then smoke that. But I got it all pulled out of the fridge and was getting ready to do that, and it went bad. The pork went bad because that was because that was like 8 days. And finally, I thought it hadn't been that long. It was like 8 days, so I ended up cutting it all up, and because it wasn't super bad, but you could just tell it was starting to turn.
Right.
And so I just froze it and gave it to the dogs. But so I was bummed out because I had this great idea for bacon wrapped cream cheese jalapeno stuffed pork.
Sounds really good.
It's gonna be delicious, guarantee it. And I even had prosciutto because I was gonna line the inside with prosciutto, the outside with bacon and cream cheese and jalapenos. And so it was gonna be like pork inception. It was gonna be like 3 kinds of pork.
Right.
It was gonna be delicious. And then
That
I didn't
sounds really good.
I didn't get to have it. So I missed dinner yesterday and I didn't eat today. And then these two got done.
Well, you're eating good now, though, so that makes up for it.
It is. But those are some fatty ribs, which is, I mean, really fatty ribs. I really like that.
Okay.
I think we tortured everybody there. Listen to me smack on the camera. We got to eat them while the eating's good.
There you do. Lindy, we got a question for you.
Oh. Have you started the dance challenge yet? After this live stream, I was supposed to do it this morning, but I snoozed my alarm for an extra hour. So I missed out. So I did my vibration plate, and after this live stream, I'll do my workout, and then I'll put the brisket on. So that's my day today.
I gotta get a little bit politically funny here for a second. Did you notice how Trump with a bullet in his ear was still more alive than Biden? I thought that was pretty funny.
That's terrible. Can't take you to anyway.
I'm just saying. Trump with a bullet in him. More life in him than Biden. I thought that was.
Well, what did you say this morning, Michael?
I don't know. What did I say?
I don't think you better repeat that on here, though.
What did I say? I don't even remember.
About Ella.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't repeat that online.
No, I'm not going to repeat that, no.
Yeah.
No, it's like shocking. Anyway.
It was funny. But you'll end up on a watch list.
Yeah, I'm on enough list as it is.
It's called the cool
naughty
kids
corner
list.
naughty corner for Michael.
I've been thinking about starting a new series where I say what you guys want me to smoke, and I smoke it. But if you say like a cat or a muskrat or something stupid, it has to be something sold at Costco. Let's put it that way. If you want to see something carnivore sold at Costco,
I want to see you do some jerky in it. Remember Ashley made that really cool jerky?
yeah, I'm gonna actually. Did I get that today? No, I didn't get that. So, all right. So this was something cool that I saw today that I'm going to play with a little bit more. Costco now has a all Wagyu section. So they have like all manners of Wagyu beef. So I'm going to play with that a little bit. But I could not find eye of round that wasn't Wagyu today, which is weird. And I didn't want to spend, well, not even that. It wasn't even that I didn't want to spend it, which I didn't. But also, Ashley said the reason you use the eye round in the first place is because you don't want a fatty meat for jerky. You want a lean meat. And Wagyu is all fatty. So the only eye round that I found was a Wagyu eye round, which was stupid. It was like $40 for an eye round Wagyu, which is dumb. Anyhow, it was full of fat, which was probably delicious if you ate it, like cooked it. It's probably really good. So I stayed clear of that, and I went to look for the other stuff. Now, I'm going to confer with Ashley a little bit more because I did get a tri-tip. So tomorrow I'm going to smoke a tri-tip as well. And then I also got flank and short ribs. So I'm going to smoke some flank and short ribs and see how those do, real low and slow. And then something else. I don't remember what the other piece was. Tri-tip. Yeah. I don't know. I got something else. But the other thing I was going to see if I could try to make jerky out of is a skirt steak. I would assume skirt steak might make pretty good jerky because it looks pretty lean, realistically. So I'm going to try and talk to Ashley and play around with that. But
Carnivore Stork wants to see smoked leg of lamb.
Okay, I could try that. I'm just realizing how bad this series is going to be because I also just kind of made up my mind to only eat beef and eggs. So maybe it's not going to be as exciting as I thought it was. But I really do want to stick to that because I've been feeling so good, and I'm finding that the sun is helping. The wife and I just ordered a quarter beef from a local farmer. Still have to wait about a week. Oh, nice. Tell me how you like it. Those can be really good or really not good, depending on what kind of feed they were on. You know, like sometimes if they're a real dry feed or whatever, they taste a little bit funny if they don't age them long enough. So you got to make sure you find a good farmer. But let me know how that goes for you for sure. Just put a pork loin in the slow cooker. Be ready in the morning. That's awesome. Yes, Cranky, I'm definitely going to make an exception for lamb. I should have said ruminant animals. So I'll definitely be doing the ruminant animals. Honestly, what I'm trying to stay away from is pork. I was eating a little bit of it, and I ate enough of it that I just noticed that I don't feel as good as I do with beef. But yeah, lamb I'll definitely work in there. So it's probably not going to be so much a beef thing as much of a ruminant animal thing, and staying away from pork. Just eggs and ruminant animals. Smoke your brisket on low smoke long time, and then let it rest for a long time also, for sure.
Yeah. No, I just smoke on if there are like gradients for the different temperatures, but I just leave it on the smoke setting, which I think is the longest time. Yeah. That's how I've been using it. I don't understand all the temperature settings. So
do you have the probes?
I do, yeah. So I just do the meat according to the probe. So the little guide tells me how for rare you need whatever degrees. And
yeah, brisket's a little bit different. I don't know what it is in Celsius, but it's 203 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you take it up and you wrap it and you let it sit for an hour to an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. So 230 degrees.
203, so 203.
203, yep.
Yep, Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius.
My smoker doesn't have probes. Just to let you guys know.
That's 95 degrees
Celsius. Okay, so yeah, right at 95 degrees Celsius, you'd want to pull it, wrap it
in foil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or even better is butcher paper.
That's 203 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So that'd be perfect. And that's kind of the golden temperature rule that everybody follows. That's what I'm following on these. I'm not gonna show it. That's what I'm also following on these truckers.
Oh, well, you'll be picking your brain when you're over here in November. We'll be smoking lots of meat together so I can learn how to do it properly. I'm going to have to get you to help me if I'm going to be feeding all these carnivores.
Oh, we'll smoke it up.
Oh, I'm so worried. I've got to feed Bella and Carrie, and they're all professional meat eaters. And I'm just doing my little air fryer steaks. I'm very, very simple. Yeah.
We'll do it. No worries. Yeah. We got it.
Thank you.
It'll be just fine. Trust me. It's way easier than cooking it in any other way, like on a grill or whatever. These pellet grills are super simple. Let's see here. I hope it's good. I'm about 3 weeks into my carnivore diet. I was getting severe headaches, and I could feel my heart pumping hard around 60 beats per minute after a week. That all went away. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Congratulations. I don't go to doctors, so it's very possible high fat, red meat diet saved my life. Absolutely.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
I know for sure it saved mine.
Did mine.
My husband's idea of smoker is overcooking the meat until it's charred.
Yeah, we have a barbecue and my husband cremates his meat. Not intentionally, but everything comes out black.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he's not allowed near my smoker.
Stay away from the smoke. Well, how does he like to smoke food?
He's actually really enjoying it. Yeah, he loves it. The first time he had a bit of indigestion, but then I found out he had an iced coffee that morning, and I'm like, that's probably what's causing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other 2 times he ate it and he was fine. So I think he just wasn't eating properly that day.
Yeah.
But no, he really loves it. So, and I love the smell. Yeah, just it comes into the house as well. But I don't mind it. It actually smells pretty cool.
For sure. Makes me hungry. Sit there, because it hits that point when the meat starts to really cook and smoke is going good. You're like, oh.
Yeah. We have all the people here because it's winter. All the smoke coming out of the chimneys from all the wood fires. And we don't have a wood fire. We've just got central heating in the ceiling. It's a real pain. But now I've got my smoker and I get the meat waft all around the
Do your neighbors go, what is that?
Oh, I'm sure they will be. I'm like, I don't
Especially
mind.
in the summer and the spring, they will be because they'll be outside smelling it. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, no.
Is smoking a big thing in Australia? Like, is it common?
Oh, well, I've been in a little mushroom in my house for such a long time, so I don't know. We do have a lot of barbecues, but smoking I don't think has been a big thing. But when we went to the shop to I had to buy a cover for my smoker and some other pellets.
Yeah.
There were lots of them in the shop, so yeah, I don't know.
So it's getting more common.
Yeah, maybe it's just hasn't been my sort of in my circle of friends. We haven't had people with smokers. But
You need more
probably
redneck
the first. Yeah. No, I absolutely love it, and my family they're all looking forward to trying it. Ella's tried it and enjoyed it, but my other daughter they want to come down and try it. So maybe next weekend.
Tornado warning in Tucson, huh? That's a strange one.
In Tucson?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, I'm looking at the radar right now. Yeah, that's a nasty storm. Especially with that hook. That's where they usually come up at.
Weird. Man, here's some fatty ribs. Say something, Michael. I mean,
I'm speechless after seeing those ribs.
Oh man, they're good. Well, when are you guys coming down? Man.
And then Charlie's saying that it stalls where the temperature doesn't increase for a long time. Don't be concerned.
Yeah, that's when the white tissue is breaking down, and it starts to what do you call it? Evaporate. So it starts making moisture that evaporates, and it causes a cooling effect. So it'll sit there and stall. Charlie, doesn't it usually stall at like 154 degrees? I think is where the point where white tissue starts to break down, and it'll just sit there. Like it might be going up a degree. I don't know, a degree every few minutes for a long time, and then it just stops for like an hour. And that's when everything's getting real tender because the white tissue starts breaking down. It's a really good spot. And then all of a sudden you'll get through that. Then you got to be really watching because then it's going to go up pretty quick again.
Right.
I'm trying not to eat this whole rack of ribs right now. It's really tough. I was trying to save some for Mom. Cosette's over here. She's going to love all these bones. Max would love all these bones. Remember what Max was doing to the tomahawk bones?
Yeah, no, I love the bones as well. It's my favorite part.
They're good.
How many pounds was that rib?
Well, it was 6 pounds,
Yeah.
but a lot of it was bone, obviously.
Yeah, right.
All it said is digging these bones.
I think I need a new puppy. I can feed it bones.
You
Big
should.
bones. Yeah, get another little puppy one day.
I don't know if you're fond of poodles, but
I do like a dog that doesn't molt. And Bella didn't molt, so yeah. Oh, I just miss her so much.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's never the same without them.
For sure not. All right. Back at it. What were we doing? Were we having a live stream?
We're all watching you eat.
I'm sorry. I didn't plan on doing that. But
Yeah.
hey, it was here. I didn't want to get cold. And I really planned on you guys talking more while I was doing that. But so we were going to have a live stream Chafee this week, but I ended up having to work and couldn't make it to the. Sorry, I'm dropping things. I couldn't make it to
Seattle.
So we're going to do that after Wyoming. And I think we'll have that happen. So we'd love to have a talk what's been coming up a lot lately in my own family and also in the open chat in SPG and the Chew has been some people are also having issues with the vagus nerve as well, like vagus nerve, autonomic nervous system problems, like syncope, passing out, dizziness, lightheadedness, drops in blood pressure, digestion problems, heartbeat, racing heart, these things. And so I really want to talk about that. So I wanted to see if you guys have any questions or anything you want to pose in that when we're setting it up. Or if anybody out there has problems with that.
Well, I'm definitely having issues with feeling, I get like hot flushes and then wanting to pass out. And I've actually passed out twice in the last couple of weeks, just in the hallway. And I think it might be like venous pooling. Something, a few doctors have mentioned that. So I want to get more information about that because I don't know much about that. But if I stand in one spot for too long, I start to feel dizzy and I pass out. So I have to keep moving. If I start to move from side to side and like pumping
helps,
keeping that circulation, then that feeling passes. So I have to just keep moving. But it's a really weird feeling.
That's crazy.
So definitely something I really want to investigate too and hear more about.
Yeah. I wonder. I was just looking. Is Charlie go?
Oh, that's about your tornadoes.
Well, this is about the stalling, right? Or
is it?
Or maybe not.
No, when the temperature doesn't climb for a bit.
Right.
That could be about the brisket or the tornado.
No, it's about the brisket.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too, for sure. Yeah.
All right.
That is approx correct. Yeah. Approximately correct. Yeah, around 154, I think. Yep. Charlie's. We can tell where Charlie's watching from. He's a few minutes back.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know in the chat if you have any questions for Chafee when we end up having him on. That would be awesome.
So when's Wyoming again? Is that coming up soon? Is it next month?
It's next month, the end of next month in August 24th through the 26th.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I think the weekend after that, I'll be in Seattle. And then we'll do the live stream from there. Hopefully you can see Baker come on too. That'd be fun.
Wow.
See if they want to come chat. That'd be super fun. Man, I ate too much ribs. Now I got the legit meat sweats.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Remember how big it was?
Yeah. Let me see.
That's all it's like.
That's it. And you want to invite us over for dinner? You think that's all we're going to have is just that little bit?
No, I got almost 9 pounds
well,
of chuck roast out
Chuck
there.
roast, yeah. Well, we want ribs.
I'll go get more ribs. I'll be cooked 4 times over by the time you get here.
I know. I'm teasing.
Cook them and eat them all.
Keep your hat on there, cowboy.
Hey, tell you what, that smoked food goes a long way. Man, it just hits different too. But that was so fatty, I only ate a half a rack, and I'm stuffed right now.
Oh.
Those things are super fatty. Whew. Very satiating.
Good. That's good.
Very delicious. But
Definitely gonna put that on my list to buy this week. Get some ribs.
yeah, I got what is it? What would you say? NSV. I'm doing my own shopping again, which I haven't done for.
It's awesome.
Since 2007. That was the last time I was shopping. So now I go in the store and now I'm impulse buying. Ooh, look at those ribs.
Well.
Like when I went down the rib aisle, I ended up with short ribs, flanking short ribs, and beef ribs, dino ribs. I got them all. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have these. So I was feeling the bones. Meanwhile, back to the show. Exactly, Susan. Sorry. See ya. This has got me laughing. Seattle, and you thought Texas was weird.
Yeah. Good luck.
I know. I understand. I get it. I've been there, but there's good people there too. Good people everywhere. You just got to stay away from weirdos.
Yeah. We've got them here too. Lots of weirdos in Australia.
I know. I got 2 of them on here right now.
Michael can't get away from him anywhere he goes.
Yeah. Can't get rid of us.
For sure. But now that fireworks are over and we're getting back on schedule, we're going to start trying to have more topics here, so it's just not so willy-nilly. But this week was a little bit messed up, but we're going to have some better topics coming up here shortly. We're just trying to get our ducks in a row and start having a little bit more structure. And we will shortly. Right now, we're just lagging. So we're just having a chat with the 70 of you.
and dinner.
And dinner.
And dinner, yeah. Well, one of us is having dinner.
Well, you guys didn't get the memo, apparently. I really didn't think these would be cooked so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all planned. He was sitting there with the calculator figuring out the math.
I should have been sitting here with the calculator.
I love that he doesn't need a thermometer. He could just smell. It's like, oh, my ribs are ready.
Right.
Off you go, and there they were. Yeah.
Because I was like,
You
it
just
smells
had
like
the nose
something's
for it.
getting cooked. Too cooked. Yeah, for sure. Because it does hit that aroma, and you go, oh, something's close. That's why I had to run. Because, I thought it would take at least 3 hours at 225. I mean, that's a low heat.
Mm.
But not so much because it's a lot of bone. Bone is very conductive too, I think. So, just but it wasn't bad. It was probably 10 minutes overcooked is all, which wasn't terrible by any means. But I would do it a little bit better, and I wish I had more time. Because I didn't take the silver skin off the back, which I should have, but I just didn't have time because I had to get on here. So I put them up there, but still pretty good.
Big Dog, we enjoy you too. You're one of our favorites.
For sure. We saw Big Dog in Texas.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, she was the first person we've ever met, actually.
I know. We felt like celebrities, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure. I was a little.
Did she ask for autographs?
No, but she flagged us down in the parking lot when we were coming in to Hack Your Health, and I was like, "What is going on right now?"
Yeah, it's like Lindy, Todd. I'm like, oh my God, who's that? You know, who knows me in America?
I had no idea what was happening. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
happening right now? Are we getting mugged?
Yes. No, she was lovely. Thank you for coming up and saying hi.
Thank you so much. It was awesome. I was laughing pretty hard. No, it was a good time. But I don't know. I'm toying with once I get the garage cleaned out and get more of a schedule figured out. I'm thinking about doing videos of what I'm doing, but I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because people that were in our shoes would look at that and think, oh, I can't do any exercise. And then they will click off. And the message is not that I got here from exercise, that I got here from carnivore, and now I'm healthy enough and strong enough that I get to exercise. It's more of a privilege than like this is the first time I used to exercise, and I used to be miserable, and I used to hate it. But this time it's totally different because now I've gotten to the point where I'm strong and I'm healthy. Now it kind of feels like privilege, which seems like a better message.
Right.
But the optics are going to be kind of funny for catching people. Whoop. Oh, I got you.
She has a phone call.
No worries. So, I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. But I'm kind of on the fence with E-Dog. I know that South Park is unacceptable. Albert Cartman had a nightmare. It's pyramid was upside down. Yeah, I know. We actually just spread that around on our Instagrams the other day because it came up in the SBG chat. It was awesome. I love that one. They're always ahead of their time.
And I just saw somebody else talking about it too. A doctor.
Yeah. I ran up to them in the garage stalker. Oh my God. I was laughing so hard, B-Dog. When he did, I was like, oh, geez, what's happening right now? Oh, it's so funny. Love y'all too, Susan.
We love you too, yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so I think that would be good to show. I mean, it's not like I'm blazing a trail. It's not like I'm setting any Olympic records.
Right.
I'm just doing some.
It's just from where you were when you started, you couldn't do it, and now you're to the point where you actually want to do it, and
right.
you're able to. So that's a huge improvement that you've overcame all this time.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Well, and I think it's good to see it. I'm just trying to figure out. I know when I was sick, if I would have saw somebody that lost 300 pounds and I see him on a weight bench or something, I'd be like, I can't do that.
I know. I would have been the same way, right?
Yeah.
I'm not able to do that, so.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Charlie. We appreciate you.
We do.
Just look forward to seeing you in Maryland.
He's always enjoying something over there.
I
got so many. I got more pictures of Todd's meat on my phone than pictures of me.
You know what's funny is they call this a restrictive diet. It doesn't feel very restrictive. Oh man. Started exercising after 6 months carnivore just because I feel like it make me feel good. It does. Right. Absolutely. That's the thing. Before, all the calorie restrictive diets and all that nonsense before, I just felt terrible. And they'd be like, well, you got to get up, you got to get moving, you got to, cut your calories and move your body more and all that stuff. So it was always just hell. Every time you do it, and it was just torture and miserable, and you had no energy, and it was you hurt, and all of these things, and and for me, it was always the breath. I never could breathe because I always had bad lungs.
Right.
And so it's crazy to get out of breath now, and it feels good. Where I never used to feel good to get out of breath. In fact,
because you were always that way. Now it's very rare.
Yeah, now it's like your lungs expand. It feels good, you know?
And it's also a reminder for you for how you used to be.
Well, it is, but before, like I remember I was digging my snow or my four-wheeler out of the snow one time. Not very much, wasn't a whole heck of a lot, but I mean, I had an asthma attack like I never had before, and it felt like an elephant standing on my chest just from a little bit of activity, Like that's what I was always dealing with lung-wise before. Now that my lungs work, and little did I know that was what Leslie and Keith talked about, the lymphatic fluid causing inflammation in my lungs was the problem when I had lung infections. But my lungs never worked back then. Now it feels good to get out of breath a little bit, and your lungs expand, and you feel good. You're working them out, and you get more oxygenated tissue, and it feels good. And that's because now this is the first time that I'm on this side of the fence where I go, oh, this is what those people, they don't understand what it's like to be on the other side of the fence, but this is what they're touting when they say exercise, you'll feel great. They've never been sick on that other side where it doesn't feel great. It just sucks,
Did you notice that you could breathe different when you were in Austin?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The elevation, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was easy to breathe in Austin.
Yeah.
Super easy to breathe. In fact, I took like less breaths, I think.
Less breath because you're getting so much more air in, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really was.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I'm glad you like the short videos. Yeah, I was almost dead, for sure, like no joke. And, so it's quite a privilege to be able to do those things and now be out of breath, but in a good way. It feels good to be out of breath instead of like, is this the big one? Is this the last time I'm going to be out of breath? So I don't know.
You're that ticking time bomb, Todd.
I know. I'm that ticking time bomb. Look at this face.
Yep.
This is the face of a man. That's days are numbered. I don't know. Crazy stuff. But looking forward to it. So I think it'll be a few months by the time I get everything put together. But yeah, I think I'm going to start making some videos, just some little things that I'm actually doing and kind of track the progress because my legs are getting a lot better, which is pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I don't know. Did I ever have any pictures of my legs? I'm looking. Probably going to have to look through some other stuff. But my legs were in bad shape, and they're looking pretty good now. So, and the movement is definitely helping. All right.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so let me know if you guys want to see some of that. Some of the riveting exercise I'm doing. Going to be a snoozer, but at least people see what's actually happening in the background. And kind of what's making the difference, So, because weight is starting to move pretty quick now, and a lot of it's because lymphatic fluid's loosening up. So, and the lymph-impacted tissue is loosening up, so that's really good. It's probably, to be honest with you, I'm more excited when I lose lymph tissue than when I lose fat.
Right.
Yeah, that means more to me because it's way harder.
Right, to get rid of that.
For sure. And if things go right, I'll hop on here tomorrow and I will eat 36 yolks. We'll do it live so that you guys can see me throw up on YouTube. Oh. Let's see. I had notifications turned on but didn't receive anything else. Thrown off that it's Sunday, so I got you guys wondering. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Yes, Todd, to the exercise videos. Okay. Sounds good. I will be putting those up. I have to make the garage somewhat presentable. Right now, it's got 25 or 30 years of my dad's stuff in there. Wow. So I got to get it all out of there and give it a pressure washing. evict some winged rodents. Get them all out of there.
And the Basset Hound.
Yeah. I don't know. He's probably going to be like, oh, it's about time you tidied it up in here for me.
Yeah. Put a bed in here for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. It was funny because now that I'm spending more time outside, Cosette is, and that Basset Hound came in the yard and she was looking at it like, take a look at this guy. The nuts on this guy coming in my yard. She went over there and that little dude went and sauntered off. It was pretty funny. What B-Dog said in Facebook. Not sure what that was about. B-Dog. Oh yeah, I think on the South Park thing. Yeah, that did make its rounds on Facebook for sure.
Oh.
Yep, for sure. I don't know if Lindy's going to make it back on in the next 2 minutes. But we appreciate having y'all, you guys, and we will be back next Sunday. We're going to try to make this a little bit more structured. Today, what really happened was I was going to be in Seattle, and we were going to do a show with Chafee this week, but then I had to work. So not next week, but next time we can do it is basically the first week in September. So we're going to do that the first week in September, first weekend in September, I think. As for now, that's tentatively the plan. But yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And we wish we would have had more topics on the board, but we were kind of had changed plans at the last minute and didn't come up with a lot. Yeah, that dude is crazy busy. I don't know how he does all the stuff that he does. His carnivore energy.
And all the traveling he does, too.
Yeah, he does a crazy amount of traveling.
Yep.
Yep, pretty crazy. But we will see you guys next Sunday.
Yep.
We're going to start putting together more of these, more topics to go off of. And I think we're going to try to do something with Phil so we can make some more recorded videos of kind of some of his talks. I think that would be good. And then we're going to have some other people on, start going through the doctors if we can, to have a few of those and kind of start having fun. We're just now trying to figure out how to try to get the format up so that it's something you guys want to see. So we're going to start fixing that in the future. Love you guys. We will see you next time. See you Sunday.
Night, guys. Take care. Have a good week.